The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
As always, before we get started, we'd like to take a moment of silence to remember all those that were lost in the line of duty. Today, we especially want to remember Massachusetts State Corrections Sergeant Aaron Gill. A. Gill, for any of those that were inside of BBO. Aaron was one of our original members. He's been with us from the beginning. We lost him 2 days ago in an off-duty accident. He will be missed both inside of the group and outside of the group. Rest in peace, brother.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us again for the next edition of Campy's Crew Choir Practice, coming to you from the beautiful financial studios of downtown Phillipsburg, New Jersey. I'm Campy, your host. We have Blue here, rocking the show with us, Mo in the booth, Tony Cack, and my very good friend J.R. Tino, who I've known for years, worked with, trained with. He was my teacher, my mentor, my educator. We had so much fun together. We had so many fun things together. And now we're going to have a blast today, talking smack about all things, everything, all the way around. Cigars, laughter, chaos, our time on the job, where we're at, what we're doing, what's happening next. J.R. Tino, retired Monmouth County Sheriff's Officer, canine handler, Mozart operator, Mozart leader also, training officer of the Police Academy, active, strong, contributing member of New Jersey Special Olympics, member of Patriots of the Leaf, happily retired guy who loves cigars, bourbon, and all things fun. Can't wait to talk about your retirement gig. Oh, no, everything. He's done it all. I swear to God, he's done everything. Everything. It's so much fun. And each day we talk, I learned something more. I thought I knew so much about him, and we had so much fun working together. I can't wait to talk about our Red Bank stories, but just every day was something new. And when you think you know someone, when you think you worked with someone, you think you knew all there was to know, every day you learn something more. We sat in the green room for 20 minutes before when the last show ran way over when it should have, but that was okay. Thank you, Michael Burke. It was a lot of fun. Hey, we got a little extra time in there, which was nice. But it's just in talking, we learned more fun things, and it was just it's exhilarating. He's a rock star, great family, beautiful, brilliant wife, awesome kids. So excited to talk about his son who's following his footsteps. So many fun things to go, so many fun things to talk about, and it's going to be a great show. I've been all wound up about this. I just had a delicious espresso. Thank you, Tony, because I truly needed that. Saving my 5-hour energy for when I really need it. We got a delicious double oak bourbon here, which is outstanding. Coors Light, just for, pacing ourselves and getting it done.
Yeah, just in case.
But just in case, you never know. And in case I forget to tell you, Mo, I had a great time today. It was an
Me
awesome
too,
show.
bro. Me too.
Guys, thank you for being here. You're accredited.
All right, good night. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for
See you guys later.
Thanks for coming.
Campy, before we get started, I got to apologize to everyone. My ADHD is just as bad as his, so we're going to be all over the place.
Oh, look, there's a
this should
squirrel.
go real easy.
Oh, my God. And then with the concussions I have, I'll forget if I tell a story or not. So there might be some repeats here.
This makes this quite possibly the best show we've ever had because we're like birds of a feather, except he's a lot taller. It's like Danny DeVito.
Do you want to get to the end first before you declare that? Maybe make a suggestion.
But he had a great time.
He did. It was an amazing time.
Try to veal.
Oh, nowhere to go but up from here, which is so much fun. Are we having the phone line open or no? I forgot. What did we say about that?
Yeah,
Should I
I'll put
give
the phone
number?
line open. Absolutely.
All
Just
right,
remind
so-
everybody the rules.
Choir
Please.
practice, busting balls, talking shit, having fun,
No,
making it
not
rain.
that, Campy. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Okay, excuse me. So
If you're calling from
correct.
a device, please do not have the stream live on the device you're calling from. Apparently, we learned on Mike's show that High Pitch Eric is actually smarter than Tommy O'Connor because Tommy couldn't figure it out. But yeah, please just.
Well, most importantly, did High Pitch get his pizza yet?
That's a good question. Mike's on the phone now.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So if anyone wants to call, the phone number to call in is 908-926-4010. Once again, do not call in on the device you're actively listening to the show on. That means if you're listening on your phone, don't call on your phone. If you're watching on your iPad, great. Call on a separate line. Pretty easy. Self-explanatory, I think. I think we're pretty good about that.
You would think.
You would think. But then again, I have stage 5 ADHD. Squirrel, shiny thing goes by, I'm off to the races. All right, Jay, I'm so excited to start about this, and we could probably do this for a good 6 hours, but we're gonna make it rain. Let's start with this. What made you want to become a cop?
Well, originally I didn't want to be. I wanted to go into the fire service. I was a volunteer fireman, and my father was on the job back in the day. Small town in the county that's no longer covered by law enforcement, and it's covered by state police. But I was in college and took a criminal justice class and was hooked ever since.
That was it.
That was it. That's all it took.
Now, was your dad I don't want to say driving force, but like a motivation?
He never pushed me in the direction, just like I never pushed my son. I actually tried to keep my son out of it. And now he's third generation on the job in the county.
So I love that, and that's a question I usually get to later on, but I want to touch that now. The fact that your son is on the job today is so impressive, and it speaks volumes about you. It speaks volumes about him, the fact that his age, he's willing to get into it right now because so many people are running from it. But the fact that you didn't push it and you wanted to I don't want to say discourage it, but you wanted to look at other options. You were looking at the fire service
Yeah,
and stuff.
definitely looking at fire service. I have two very good friends that he called uncle throughout the years. One was a head of the fire department, one was head of the police, and he chose to go with the uncle that was in police.
It's amazing, and it speaks volumes, because one thing we'll touch on later on is the sacrifices your families had to make throughout your career, as every cop's family does. But he lived through those sacrifices, and regardless said, I still want this. This is still where I want to be. This is still what I want to do.
And the good thing about it, hearing from him and hearing from some other people, he learned lessons from conversations like this when we're just sitting around bullshitting, barbecue, stuff like that, because he's doing some old school type techniques.
That is phenomenal, and that's a way of paying it forward. And that's kind of, for us, reassuring, knowing that they're still out there. There are still the guys and girls.
Still some good ones out there.
The pendulum can swing back, and he and his crew, he and his generation may be the ones to help the pendulum swim backward. Now, the next couple of years, we have a lot of support that we didn't have in a long time. But the next couple of years are going to be rough, because they're correcting a lot of, they're making a lot of corrections for issues that we've had last.
I think there's one good thing with the pendulum swinging and nobody wanting the job. The people that are coming on the job now want the job.
Yes.
So we had years of people who were like, oh, it's a good salary, I'm going to come here. Right. And that, well, they're 20-year problems. We all know this, right? So.
And we still see it, though. There's some that are just getting on the job because they want the job. Like, I still teach canine, and I absolutely can see some of these guys just want canine so they can have a take-home car, say they have a dog.
Good point.
They don't want to work.
That's a very good, that's
They
a
don't want
great
to put
I
point.
see a ton of that. I see a ton of
It's
that.
ridiculous.
And that, the problem was, when I hate saying we, but I mean, I guess maybe TV or society glorified that because it looked like the cool thing to do. It wasn't because it was the right thing to do or the efficient thing to do or because you wanted to accomplish a goal. It was because you wanted the perks.
You want the perks.
The
of
perks.
it, the couple training days you get out of the office a month, stuff like that. But they don't want to put any of the extra training in that goes to having a good dog, having a good working relationship with your dog, and being well trained. You got to put that time in, even if it's on your time off.
How long were you a canine handler?
I was a canine handler for 11 years.
How many dogs did you have?
Just one.
Ari.
I had the best partner in the world. I got lucky. He lived a long, very eventful life. He worked longer than most dogs. And then we actually got to have him for probably about 1 year and 3 months before he passed.
Oh my God.
And I got to give it to all the guys who came out when he did pass. There's probably about 100 to 150 people from
That video was amazing. I remember that when that happened.
Good on you for not having that video fucking uploaded, Campy.
Yeah,
it's a great show.
I'm a piece of shit.
It's a great show. I mean,
I should have thought of that.
the man speaking about something very emotional and giving credit to the guys that showed up. That would have been the kind of thing that we could have been like, hey, let's cue that up.
Well, the best part is that he probably thought about it 17 times, but just forgot about it.
100%.
There is a picture of the canine, though.
I forgot.
On the ride here, I probably thought about it 4 times. Seeing the guys and girls lined up with their canines for that tribute.
I mean, I tried. I
workout.
mean, this is the best I can do, guys. Sorry. I mean, I could go this way with it, but I mean, I don't know what do we want to do here.
There is a picture, though, the canine. That go down a little bit.
Blue, pull up the puppy bowl and just start playing that.
No, to the right, to the right.
To the right.
There you go, says canine. There you go.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that was us on one of the jobs in the county. We got to do a lot. We actually worked with multiple SWAT teams because we were one of the only dogs that were trained that way, and got called to a couple other places, worked with some federal agencies, and it was all because he was just an amazing partner.
So let's talk about it a little bit. So you also did MOCERT. For those who don't know, is Monmouth County Emergency Response Team, correct? SWAT team, for lack of better words. All right, just a different acronym. Your dad had done that earlier back in the day when it was the very early days of what it was, but it was more of a RDF.
It was more civil defense, the Rapid
Civil
Deployment
defense.
Force style. And then I actually have an old picture of him from the 70s. You can imagine what that looks like. The handlebar mustache. They got these coveralls on. It's horrible. It's a horrible picture.
See, that's so fun because you think back, and I think back to when my dad was a cop, and I think of his duty belt and all the fun things that they had back in the day. I mean, they didn't even have speed loaders. I think they had the
rounds on
right
top.
on the.
I have that holster.
You do, and you have the gun,
I have
357.
I have a 357 Magnum, that 6-inch barrel that he wore. I would bring it to the range every once in a while, and guys were amazed because instead of a thigh rig, it was a belt rig, but it still was so long it touched my knee.
It dangled,
and it swung back and forth. So I still have that holster and that his duty weapon.
So you were multifaceted in so many levels because you didn't just show up, put on a uniform, a gun, a badge, and check the box, answer calls, handle calls for service and stuff. You had, in addition to that, the ancillary responsibilities of the training at the police academy. What training? So you and I met as side handled baton instructors at the police academy.
Was one of the things. I was a senior instructor for side handle baton, expandable baton, and handcuffing. So I can make instructors.
Side handle baton, they don't even talk about it anymore.
No.
Now, back in the day, it was called a PR-24, protect and restrain 24, monadnock.
Yep.
Had the corner on
Check
it and
out
all
the
that.
big brain on Brad. Oh, so you ain't. Wait, so what? I never knew what PR-24. What?
So PR-24 was actually called by the it was California, right? It is who coined it. It was PR-24 was protect and restrain 24 because it was 24 inches long at the length with the side handle, which was also the UR knob and all that, which was to give it the extension instead of just a regular nightstick. Remember a nightstick, which was just really
a
stick?
The old piece of wood.
Yeah, the nightstick shampoo. The PR-24 offered different techniques.
It was awesome.
It was.
It was awesome.
It was phenomenal. When you went through the training, now, first of all, I remember being a class 1 special in the academy thinking, I am Clint fucking Eastwood with this thing. All you had was a pair of handcuffs, a key, and a PR-24, a side handle baton. And I was like, I am going to clear the streets with this thing. And you thought you were the coolest shit on earth with your side handle baton. Walking the first year I worked the Fireman's Fair, it's a class 1 special, having that thing dangling. It was like I had a 357 Magnum, but it was really just a little over 28 ounces of wood and plastic at the time.
So the good thing with the PR-24 was it was easy to spin.
Yes.
If you remember back in the day with the wooden one, that was a technique to get that to spin. You had the leather
the
strap,
lanyard?
You had to do a certain way and spin back to you and grip it. Anyone could spin a side handle baton.
Absolutely.
You had to have good technique to spin a straight baton.
Do you remember in the academy what would happen when someone would drop during the training when we do qualifications? If you drop the baton, holy hell. And you didn't want to be the guy or girl who dropped the baton in the training. And if you did, you heard that ting, 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 you knew everyone was wearing that. Yep. Everyone was doing push-ups. Oh, my God.
I remember one particular class had to do over 400 push-ups. People dropping the baton. And it was only 10 at a time. Yeah. So they dropped the baton like all day long. It was hilarious.
And the bigger the class, the better the opportunity that you were going to have some swamp donkeys, some real stage 5 mutants who were going to step in.
Swamp donkeys.
Oh, yeah. Dropping it big time.
Oh, my God.
The new official term of Campy's.
Yes, swamp donkey. It's an industry term. It is. It's applied. It is.
Is that Italian? I mean, are we going back to
We're
Mike's
not
show?
going back to what.
We are not.
But it's not eggplant.
We are not. We're not going back to Mike's show.
It's not the farmer's market. We're not doing that. In addition to that, I remember when I went to the bike patrol, you were an instructor.
I was an instructor. I wound up taking that program over for about 15 years. I ran it. And then when I retired, I handed it off. That was probably one of my longest lasting programs.
That was one of the greatest courses I ever went to. And I was a terrible student as a kid. Stage 5 ADHD. I sucked in school. You can imagine. Weird.
If I remember correctly, too, you wore the same kind of shorts that Lieutenant Dangle wore from Reno.
I did. As a matter of fact, they were very form-fitting.
The little shorty shorts.
I did. I fit well. And I did all right. I was an older guy in the class, but I did okay. I had young guys, younger officers in there in the class who were good, but I kept up. I did all right. There was a port in the class where we drive to the Monmouth Mall and we'd ride bikes downstairs. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I was so freaking scared because I thought I was a daredevil, and I was like, I'm riding a bicycle down, a perfectly good bicycle down a flight of fucking stairs.
Now, did they have special bikes for your height?
Yes.
Like, did
Yes.
they?
They did.
Yeah,
It was the junior.
it was a junior bike. All right. It was a Huffy.
Ring, ring, had a
Big
little
orange
bell,
flag in the back.
a basket with flowers.
Ding ding.
Yeah, yeah. It was actually it's only a one-wheeled bike. It was attached to the back of Jay's. So fortunately, when we go down the stairs, she'd say, "Hold on,
The
buddy.
sidecar.
Hold on, little buddy."
It was that little tandem thing in the back.
Seatbelt on and all.
Oh my god. But that was a great class. I remember that. That was so much fun. And then one of my favorite stories or one of my favorite experiences was not long after that class, maybe a year later. It was a Red Bank cop. It was the last year we had the Red Bank fireworks.
Mean Streets.
Mean Streets.
Oh.
Mean Streets.
Red Bank used to host the fireworks every year.
And it used to be a family event.
It was a beautiful family.
No,
event.
there's no family events
No.
anymore, it seems.
No,
No.
Yeah.
no.
This became such a police action. The team would be there.
Yes.
It was ridiculous.
It was
Got
unfortunate.
crazy.
We had to have everyone on standby. And what happened the last couple of years was they really, because parking was such a mess and trying to get everyone in and out of town was a mess, they really pushed heavily on using NJ Transit, which in theory was a great idea. The problem was that brought a different element to the fireworks that that made it a non-family event. So because of that, that last year, I'll never forget it. It was my first year on the bikes. We're addressing situations. The fireworks are over. Now we're trying to encourage people to leave town in masses, and they're non-cooperative. You show up with the dog.
Yeah.
The words, "Get back, get back," followed by, "Har, har, 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 har." All of a sudden, the people who wouldn't listen and wouldn't do a thing start listening because they don't care what Campy has to say. Campy with his bike, using it as a barricade. No. But when the dog who won't be reasoned with, when the dog who says, "You look like a fucking lamb chop. I'm not concerned about your civil rights." And Jay, as tall as he is, holding the dog, walking towards, it was one of the greatest experiences because this crowd that wouldn't listen all of a sudden was like, "We get it.
We're gone.
We get it."
It is so
Time to go.
fucking. It's so fucking intimidating.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
I can't.
We say all the time, it's a force multiplier.
I'm trying to figure out how I can tell the story without naming departments. But I had to stop. Stolen car. 5 people in the car. Somebody from another department came to back me up. They actually just happened to be right up the street, and they had their dog. I was more afraid of the dog than I was the perps in
Oh,
the fucking car,
absolutely.
because at that point he had the dog off the leash and on the handle, and this dog is like literally ripping his elbow out. So now I have everybody at gunpoint, and I'm ordering them out of the car, and I'm looking at this dog out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, bro, do not let that fucking dog go. Like I'm more worried about, I can't understand. And it's so, you're 100% right. Like when I could be on a stop. One of my retired buddies was also canine. I could be on a stop and he would pull up behind, and the people would hear, I'm at the window talking to him, and they have a certain demeanor, and they hear the dog barking now for the car that just pulled up, and their attitude changes instantly.
Like that.
Instantly.
One of the best things with my guy was he was so calm until it was time to go to work. I could do a car stop. He would come out of his kennel, sit in the driver's seat with his head looking over the steering wheel. So if somebody looked back from that car stop, all they saw was him locked on him, just waiting for me to press the button and have him come out.
That's funny.
Best partners ever.
It
Oh,
was
really?
Absolutely.
so much fun to watch you work. And what I loved was, cops, we all got it figured out. We got it all under control. Great. No matter what the scene is, what's happening, everyone's cool. But the second he arrives, everyone drops it down even another level, because it's like, you know what? We thought we had it. Now we got it. They're here. Boom. Grab a cup of coffee. We got time for this
You know
now.
the old saying, they say, when cops dial 911, SWAT shows up.
Yes.
When SWAT needs 911, they call K9.
There you go. And truer words have never been spoken. And it was so much fun.
I like that.
It was so much fun to watch it. And that one picture they put up was so great. But there were so many pictures in the paper over the years of the Asbury Park Press. So many presentations you did. And I love I love the presence. I love the force. I love the command presence. But I also love the amount of time that you guys spent as a team working with kids.
The gentle side.
Oh my God. And no one talks about that, because that's not interesting. That's not exciting. But when you would go to a school And kids would see this dog. This dog had such a presence and such a personality and so much fun, and it would brighten people's day. You know, therapy dogs really mean a lot and serve so much purpose for so many people. And we misunderstood it for the longest time, I guess. But seeing your dog, even though it was a police dog, it was truly a therapy dog too.
I actually worked at Command Inn where I would tell him belly, and he would roll over on his back so the kids could actually scratch his belly. There's many pictures of just groups of kids rubbing his belly as he
Now, see,
rolled.
Campy, that would have been, again, let me just say, that would have been the kind of things you would have said, hey, bro, send me some of those pictures of that so you could have it. I like your preparation, dude. I
Listen,
really appreciate.
This is me at a 4. You don't want to see me at a 6. The good news
Really?
is Jay is coming back because we're doing a Special Olympics day as well, too, because I'm a Special Olympics champion. And he is a big participant of that. We're going to get into
So
that.
you competed in the Special Olympics?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, on a regular basis,
Okay,
Monday to Friday. But he's a very strong participant of that as well. So we have a day to talk about that. So we'll bring more things back. Now I'll be better prepared for it. I apologize. This is my preparation. This is where I'm at. I remember the bourbon and my 5-hour energy.
That is true. So, Jay, just for clarity, your dog bite dog or bomb dog? Bite dog?
He was a patrol narcotics
Okay.
and SWAT.
Okay.
So he was, again, he was so gentle, but when it was time to work, there was handlers that did not want to take a bite from him with the sleeve on or the suit on. During our initial training, he actually knocked one of the other handlers unconscious.
Jesus.
He hit him from the back, and as I walked up, you could see the other handler's eyes were just starting to come back into focus.
What kind of dog?
He was a German Shepherd,
Okay.
but he was from Belgium. So
Okay.
he had a little bit of the Belgium speed, but not so much of the Belgium craziness.
Yeah, the Malinoid alligators
Yeah,
are.
the Mali.
Good Lord.
So he had a little bit of that in him, but had the clear-headedness of a shepherd.
Awesome.
And he was only about 65 pounds, but he was fast.
But he looked like he was 150, and the presence and like the command presence, the way he'd stand was so cool. And then I love the fact that in addition to that, he'd go home with you and he was a dog.
Absolutely.
With your kids.
Absolutely.
With Karen. I mean,
There was times that he would be swimming in the pool with my kids. My daughter used him as a pillow before. There was times I got call outs. I had to find out where he was throughout the house because he was hanging out with someone. Towards the end, my wife would, when I was traveling, wife would bring him upstairs. Never went upstairs before in his life. He didn't know he was allowed to until she started bringing him up when I was traveling.
It's amazing how they know their own settings,
Oh,
right? They know when they're at work. They know when they're at
Absolutely.
home. They know when they can relax. You know, it's amazing how they just know.
He
You know,
was so super intelligent. He literally knew what outfit I was in. If I came down in flip-flops and board shorts, he's like, okay, cool, we're hanging out for today. I come down in my training gear. He's like, okay, we're going to
Going to
training.
work.
And then, I come down with my SWAT stuff on. He's like, all right, we're going to something good.
yeah.
and probably excited.
Oh, super
Yeah.
excited. Super excited.
And the guys on your team, on Moser specifically, they all became familiar. They all
Yes.
got to know and not desensitized, but got familiar and comfortable enough where he got to know them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was times, one of the best things I could bring up about him, I remember we were training in a location that had a spiral staircase, and the guys were on the spiral staircase, and sent Ari right up next to him, and he just ran right by all of them, kind of like rubbing up against them, just like we would do it
Yeah.
as we pass them, tap them.
Butts to nuts.
He would just ran right past them up the spiral staircase, got the bite, came back down, didn't even look at the guy.
You know, I was years ago. I was working in a town, and a good friend of mine had become a canine handler, and I walked into the room and I gave him a big hug. Hi, how are you? This, that, and the other thing. And next thing you know, his dog came into the room. He came right up to me. I started petting and play with him. He looks at the dog. He's like, "What are you doing? You never even met him before." And I'm like, "I just gave you a hug. He knows that I know you. He knows. It's just funny." He's like looking at him like, "What are you doing, stupid? Like you never even met this guy before, But they
feel
know.
the vibe.
Exactly.
They feel
Exactly.
the vibe of the handler, and that's it. And we always say, the dog takes after the handler. So he was a little bit militant. He was a little bit of an asshole. So but
Disciplined.
That's how I was at work.
Disciplined.
Need to be. They need to be.
Exactly.
100%.
And that's what I always said. I was warrant fugitive my whole life, my whole career. So I didn't handle the first aid calls. I didn't handle the routine kind of stuff that some of you guys did. I was looking for bad guys all the time. That's all I did. And then got into the K-9. We did a few traffic stops. We weren't big on it, but our traffic stops were more to see if we were looking for somebody for a warrant.
Sure.
Our whole squad was nothing about getting the warrants.
Now, when you retired, you kept Ari, and he stayed home with you guys.
He became a house pet instantly.
Did he?
He was a dog that never barked at work.
Okay.
Doing what we did, warrant,
Right.
swap, all that kind of stuff. Never barked unless it was command.
Sure.
First day at home, he would not shut up. I'm on my back porch yelling at him, quiet, quiet, quiet. He's, fuck you, I don't have to listen to you no more. I'm done.
He knew.
And
Work's done.
Yeah,
Work's done.
He knew.
You
Just
shut up,
barking
Dad.
like crazy, barking like crazy. And he lived his life. He lived the best life for about a year and 3 months, and which is rare because most of the dogs only last about 6 months after retirement.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to ask you something as a handler. Do you think there should be a limit on years that a dog should actually work?
It's up to each individual dog
Okay.
because we have to be tested every month.
Because I know that there's some, people out there saying like, hey, they should enjoy some
Yes,
part of their life than just
absolutely.
being a working dog for their whole career.
Absolutely. But if they're still hitting their marks on training, like I said, Ari is a perfect example. He had 11 years on the road, and then he still was able to live with us for a year and a couple months. And part of that is when I was going through my canine training, it was right when the wave was turning. The old school was, it's a tool. He goes from the work truck to a kennel, from the kennel back to the work, never turned off. Well, when I went through training, it started to be, let him be a dog at home. Let him relax. You get to relax a little bit. Let him relax. And I really think that played a role in his career.
Longevity.
So you kept him at the house your whole career.
Oh, yeah. He
perfect.
stayed at the house the whole career. Through training, he would go in his kennel. But after training, he got introduced to the family. I had 2 little house pets at the time. They would pal around, and literally just the backyard was his domain to just be a dog.
And your family helped with this.
Oh, absolutely.
It wasn't just you taking care of the dog.
No.
Your family was an integral part of.
I tell the guys I train now that are just getting into the canine field, it is a family affair. You have to have buy-in from the entire family. That dog is with you 24/7, 365 days a year. It's always there, always doing something. One of the best family stories I could remember, the swamps of Hazlet, New Jersey. You didn't realize there were swamps in New Jersey, but there was a swamp in Hazlet, New Jersey. It had this black.
Lovely downtown.
Yes.
Hazlet, New Jersey. Lovely. That's always lovely downtown.
This thick black mud. And we were looking for a bank robber, went through the swamps. I'm up to my thighs in this mud. It's everywhere. It's on the dog. It's on all the equipment, on the truck. Next day was supposed to be a day off. We spent the day cleaning. My wife cleaned the clothes. My son cleaned the truck. My daughter helped clean the equipment, and I cleaned the dog. And then we went and did something after it. But
Truly a family affair.
Yeah.
You absolutely have to have the buy-in. And then not just with that part, the call outs. My first year with Ari, we graduated scent school, just narcotics, at the beginning of December. Between the beginning of December and Christmas, we had so many call outs that I actually was able to buy an Xbox for the kids from Ari to them. It was the kids' Christmas present from Ari, dealing with all the extra
call
time,
outs.
all the call outs, everything like that. So they have to be ready for it. They really do.
We discussed this before. We're going to follow up with this later on. We have another show where we're going to have his brilliant bride, Karen, come on the show with a couple other spouses. And we're going to talk about all the crap that the spouses have to go through with our call outs. When the freaking phone rings at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, whatever it is, middle of Father's Day, Christmas dinner, whatever it is. When the phone rings, you're inconvenienced because you're like, great, my day's ruined, but everyone else's day is ruined too. So all those call outs with Ari, all those times you got called out, it wasn't just you and Ari going out, it was Karen and the kids also.
And they had their own little script too that I didn't realize. I always had a bag that I would bring with me, drinks, some snack bars and stuff like that. By the time I was upstairs getting changed, they had that bag ready to go. Ice packs, snack bars, extra food, whoever was home. Karen, the kids, whoever was home, they would get that ready for me. So as I was walking out the door, it would just be there ready to go.
That's it.
That's a huge thing, and I'm glad you're going to do that too, because that it's an often overlooked thing. Like, we sign up for this life, they don't,
right?
And they're a lot of times unwilling participants,
Right.
and they don't. We understand it, we love it, they love us. They might not love it,
Right.
and that's a huge thing. It's often overlooked because you're 100% right. We miss a lot of shit.
And one of the big things my wife tells me all the time, she actually just said it the other day. She goes, I was okay with being a cop wife. She goes, I'm not built to be a cop mom. It's a whole nother side when she has the second generation.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going through the same thing. We talked, like you said, you're talking about your son. Like, my son didn't go to college for even law enforcement. We thought he was going a complete other path, and came home is like, taking the test for this, and I don't want to say right now, but he's taking the test for this, and he's already in the background. So like, okay, like, didn't push him towards it, complete 180 and degree fast. But biggest thing is, like, I just want to serve. I want to do something before I do something else.
That's what, unfortunately, I lost 2 of those battles. I didn't want him to go into the military, and he did, and didn't want him to go into law enforcement, and he did. So he's doing his thing.
It's hard from a parental perspective because of what we've seen, what we've done, what we know, how we were treated, what we went through, and we don't want them to experience that. We don't want them to know that. We don't want them to be treated the way we were treated, to hear what we heard, to do that. But it's also such an honor, and it's also such, again, a testament to you and Karen and the way you guys raised him, that he's like, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and because of the way he was raised, and because you've got such a great support system where he's at, such a great PD, and great guys and girls around, he's going to be good.
Yeah.
He's going to be good. And the military background's huge, because I feel like that, oh my goodness, you can tell a big difference between guys and gals who get on, who've had the military background, who've got a little.
Now, my daughter, on the other hand, I got no worries. She doesn't want anything to do with it. She doesn't want to dispatch. She wants nothing to do with cops. She tells me all the time, nope, she's off doing her marketing thing and loving life.
It's funny. And my side, I thought that's where my daughter was going to go.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. And she completely changed.
Yep.
Yeah.
She nannies for a couple little babies while she was finishing up college, graduated from Arizona State in the spring, and now she's getting ready to knock out some of this marketing stuff.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That's
Fantastic.
brilliant. That's the way to do it. That's perfect. So you said Ari transitioned pretty easily into retired life. How about you? How was transition from active duty to retirement for you?
So I could tell one good story about it. We came off of the team. The next day we had a call out. I'm sitting in the backyard with him laying next to me, got a beer and a cigar. My phone's still going crazy because I was still on it. Karen knew there was a call out. She looked out, saw me pick my phone up, put it back down, take a sip of beer. She's like, he's ready.
God bless.
That makes my day. That is the greatest.
I was at the point. Good thing was I already had my second career, or actually third if you count the military as one, and law enforcement. I did 21 years active and reserve in the military, then 25 years law enforcement.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I had already been working with the company I work with now for a good 4 or 5 years before I retired, just on the side.
Do you want to talk about that at all, the work you're doing now?
The work I'm doing now, it's a company called Vehicle Dynamics Institute. We teach protective evasive driving around the world. We have a franchise or a partnership in Africa and a partnership in Mexico. And basically we teach executive protection, driving, fighting, and shooting in cars.
Don't, if you're not looking this up, you're doing it wrong. Does it have a
Yeah, what was
website,
it
bro?
again?
Does it have anything?
VehicleDynamicsinstitute.com.
Vehicle
There you go.
dynamics, okay.
Yeah. And so I get to drive fast, fight, and shoot from cars
That's
and
amazing.
get paid for it around the world.
All over the place.
All over the place. Been to Ireland, Africa a couple times. was supposed to go to Dubai, but that got pushed. So hopefully that still comes back up. Supposed to be having a trip out to Brazil soon. So
And you get to abuse these cars. Like you
Yes.
get to have fun.
yes,
So it's not your car that you're taking to
No.
Meineke for service afterwards. This is getting.
We have a fleet of cars, and when we travel, we usually rent cars. So don't ever buy from a rental car company because we've probably used it. If you do rent a car, though, I suggest getting the full insurance. It is worth the $20 extra a day. I've brought some cars back with wires hanging out, bumpers, duct tape.
Allegedly.
up.
Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly.
And you guys haven't been banned yet?
No, because as soon as you walk up and say, I have the full insurance, they say, okay, have a good day.
That's it.
That's
It's worth it.
It's worth the extra money.
And I'm the guy who always says, "Nah, I'll be fine."
No,
Now
it's
I'm so
so-
glad you said that because
so-
now
Same.
I'm
No,
gonna.
I've always gotten the extra insurance. I always got the extra insurance. This way you just roll in and say, have a nice day.
You're better off. You're better off. Yeah. Oh my
Because it's
god.
not you that's going to be the problem. It's the idiot that backed into you in the, the
And that's
Walmart
what-
when you stopped,
That's the story I tell every time. Oh, someone must have backed into me in the parking lot. I don't know. I didn't even notice that damage.
No, I wasn't doing J turns at 106 miles an hour.
I wouldn't dream of doing that. What are you talking about?
Never. We would never.
That Ford Festiva.
Yeah.
The good thing about using the rental cars is I get to see some of these higher end SUVs and stuff, what they can actually do.
Yeah.
And some of them, they look good, but once they get put to the pressure, they just go downhill fast.
So I'm one of those people who gets annoyed by a lot of these safety features on newer cars.
Mhm.
Like, for example, we have a Grand Cherokee where if I'm getting too close to the car in front of me on the parkway, it starts boop, 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 boop,
Oh, yeah.
blinking.
I thought you were going to say the automatic shut off. My God, I
Well,
can't
that-
stand it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get ahead.
No,
I'm
ADHD.
activating your ADHD. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
That too.
Yeah.
That one. Oh, that thing. You know how many
That
times?
is literally one of my favorite subjects to talk about. I've talked around the world about the advanced technology and the downside of it for not only for the protection world, but law enforcement world.
Yes.
Because from some of the manufacturers, we've been told that law enforcement cars will no longer have a fleet delete system where they could take those safety systems out. So coming soon to law enforcement cars are collision avoidance, lane departure. So if you don't put your turn signal on during a pursuit, you're not going to be able to change.
You're not going to change lanes.
It's-
That rumble. That
that rumble. Some of them actually steer you back into whatever lane you were in if you don't put. The
They
turn signal.
don't want us to pursue. They
No.
don't want
No,
us
no.
to work. Everything
No.
they're
No.
doing. Oh, look, food's here. Oh, look, there he is.
good job,
Sweetheart.
handsome.
Oh,
Thank you,
Johnny.
handsomest.
So sweet.
There you go.
No, but they don't want us to work.
No.
The front wheel drive vehicles, that was the start.
Yep.
They don't want us to pursue. They don't want us to do anything.
The last great police car was the Crown Vic.
Oh, remember that?
The Vic is the best.
I don't know.
That
I don't know if you guys ever saw. Did you ever see that startup? I think it was Carbon Motors that was actually building a
Police car.
purpose-built police car, but it just ran out of funding and they didn't do it. They showed it off at Police Week a few times,
Yes.
but it was actually designed for like to sit in the chair with your gun belt on. Like,
Yeah.
it was
it had
molded.
room.
It had room and everything else, and they had a bunch of the parts, but for some reason it just didn't get off the ground. But it actually looked pretty neat. But it was
And what I
purposely built.
say, what I say about that is they purposely built fire trucks. They don't
Yeah.
just take
Correct.
a truck and make
Absolutely.
it into a fire truck. Why are they taking
That's-
police cars?
An absolutely.
The last round of Chevy Caprices weren't bad. I mean, they were shitty built,
Right.
but when they just decided to drop the Corvette engine
Yeah.
in them, they were rocket
Yeah.
ships.
LT1.
Hypothetically, I may have kept up with an Audi A8. Hypothetically, and they were rocket ships. They were just built like shit.
Now,
It's just
the story I know, there's one agency in the country that stopped using Crown Vics, and that's why Ford stopped making them.
Michigan.
Nope. New York City taxi cab.
No
Really?
shit.
Decommissioned it as a taxi cab, and that's when Ford said, "Okay, we're not making them anymore."
That makes a lot of sense.
But you also got to think, what were cops going to at that time?
Yeah.
We were starting to transition to SUVs.
Yeah, you're right.
So the combination of us transitioning SUVs and the taxi not using them anymore. That's rumor has it though the Vic's coming back. I can't imagine what kind of safety systems it's going to have.
Yeah.
in it, though.
It's gonna have governors all over the place. Like, yeah.
Oh, my mom just got a new Honda. Well, she was in a car accident. She's okay, but she got a new Honda, and it actually when she turns it off, it actually says check your back seat.
Check your back.
Yes.
seat. Yep.
She's like, what?
Oh yeah.
If I
Mike actually checks to see if he's back there.
check, well, because I end up in the backseat from time to time. It happens.
Is high pitch Eric in the back seat of your? Is anybody hogtied in the back seat of your
And
car?
that
I
was
mean,
in the trunk.
now,
We untied him when we put him in the back of the car, in the back seat.
oh, how nice of you. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't mean
Wait
to
a
bring
minute,
back
we should
the other
actually
show.
send Mike to go pick up high pitch and videotape it just to see what happens.
We could record that. That would be a fun ride. That would be. I have a lot of questions for high pitch, and I'm not glazing his face with Michael Rappaport's mayonnaise again, like we did that one time. That was
so great.
Dripping it on him. You squirt it on him.
does this smell like chloroform? Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your show. Go ahead.
That was very appropriate. That seemed fitting.
That
at
was
time.
perfect.
One of the most annoying
The
features.
restaurant's down this third road.
yeah. Does this look like a blindfold? One of the safety features on my Jeep that drives me nuts is I have to back into a very tight spot in my driveway, and if I get too close, it locks up the brakes on me, and I feel like I just hammered a fire hydrant.
Yep. When I got my new truck, I got a Ram when I retired. I was backing in the driveway, and the smoke from the exhaust was setting off the rear collision.
Is that crazy?
Just a shadow. You could be backing into a spot, and a shadow will be there. It'll take it as a vehicle. It'll stop the vehicle. And like you said, it does not do it softly.
No,
It is one of the most jolting
it's
brakes there is.
violent and traumatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now think about that in a patrol car with the computers, everything you have in there, and you're trying to go after somebody.
Oh yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
going to be able to do it.
You're backing into a sally port with a suspect in the rear, and all of a sudden he thinks he's getting ass blasted because it detected something in the rear. It's
Ass
freaky.
blasted.
But
Yeah. It's a
I will say that the Ford Explorers though, they at least the latest ones that are out there, they do switch to a pursuit mode where all of these features that we're talking about are negated. Like it just becomes pure fucking fuel. Like it feeds everything. It reads your the braking and the acceleration and whatever, and there actually is a little blue shield that'll come up on the dashboard showing that the car has switched into pursuit mode.
Right.
so
and
you don't have to do it. It does it.
It,
for you
it does
based
it by
upon-
itself.
Yeah.
But I also warn guys about that in case they ever have these pursuits that they may or may not be calling off.
Alleged pursuit.
Alleged pursuits that will be on your vehicle's black box. Like that's
Oh.
there. So if you ever, if something ever happens where you're chasing a car that you haven't really called off a chase yet because you may or may not be getting called off that chase.
Right.
So you're trying, just know that if your vehicle switches into that is going to be logged on that vehicle's.
And here's one thing about the black box. It no longer stays in the vehicle. That information is downloaded to the cloud. instantly.
Oh.
No shit. See, now that
All information from all vehicles is downloaded to the cloud instantly. One of the car manufacturers said at one of the conferences, they will shortly be a time where they make more money selling data than they do selling cars.
oh shit.
That's alarming.
Your personal car,
Just
everything.
cut the Wi-Fi wire.
If you cut that, then the car goes into limp mode.
Oh, really?
It'll
Oh.
only drive 5 miles an hour. Especially the cars that have the shark fin antenna on it.
Yeah.
That's where all the information's going out of.
Really?
You actually, when you buy a new car, lease a new car, or rent a car, you're signing away your rights to the data. One of those signatures, the 10,000 signatures you have to
Yeah,
do for a new
When you
car,
buy a car.
one of them is signing away the data. Yes.
And right now, I'm going to go get some tinfoil from downstairs. On the second half of the show, everyone will have a tinfoil hat on. Thank you.
I have never once in my life thought I would want to drive a Yugo. a Yugoslavian import from the movie Dragnet, 1989.
Yugo, look at you, bro.
You got
to buy an older car.
I'm telling you right now, I want like an 89 Chevy Caprice with the 4-barrel carburetor, and you hear that like in the opening of Cops when you hear them calling out, out of gun.
I got one at gunpoint.
Yeah. And you hear those 4 barrels kick in. It's like,
why do people still go to that place, gunpoint? There's always something
right.
Happen.
There's always. Oh my god. Oh man, that's it. It's funny because I think back to my very first when I call it a patrol car, meaning the car I drove to the police academy. It was an 89 Chevy Caprice. I thought it was the coolest car. It was an old boxy car.
Right.
Do you remember your first patrol car?
It was a Vic.
It was.
It was a Vic. Yeah, it was a Vic. The first patrol car I remember though was my father's take-home car. It was a K car.
A Reliant,
yes.
An Aries K car.
Aries K car. Talk about a box. That was a box on wheels.
I remember that. My dad had one as well, and when he worked for the county, it was an Aries K car, and then they had call it an upgrade. I don't know. It was the next step up. It became a Plymouth.
Oh, I remember the Plymouth.
It was such an ugly car.
Was it the Plymouth Fury?
Was it? Is that what it was? Well, the radio. Mind you, this is 1989, but the patrol car radio, the police radio, barely fit on the floorboard of the car. Mm-hmm. It was so small. It was such a pathetic car. He only had that for a while before he went into narcotics. But it was one of those cars that was like, oh, this is your Acclaim. Plymouth Acclaim is what it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you're old.
I know.
I got Dawn trying to bring up some old pictures of Crown Vics.
Oh,
so everybody can see what we're talking about.
The beautiful Vic.
And the square body Caprices.
Old square body Caprices.
89 Chevy Caprice C1. Oh my God. It was such a different, it was a classic look. It was a classic car. Oh, well, Burke's got one sitting on the desk of his desk.
Say less, kid.
Yeah. Such a cool car, such a badass car, such a fun car. And it was like what you remember from the old NYPD days and the old blue with the white, stripe down the center. It was the Dragnet car. Yep. It was the car from back in the day. It was one of the cool things you wanted. And once you got your patrol car and you were on the road, you were proud of it. You were proud of the way it looked. You wanted it to be clean. You wanted it to be neat, and you wanted it to perform. Little did people know it looked nice on the outside, but a lot of them were there. That's it. That's this right here. That's the car. That's 89 Chevy Caprice. Look at that. Beautiful. All the way around. All the beautiful lines. Ran like a top. Started every time you started. If you opened the door while it was in drive, it wouldn't shut off on you like my Jeep now throws into park and sends alerts and tells me that someone's exiting the vehicle at 40 miles an hour.
Sets the emergency brake.
Oh, my emergency park engaged. Yeah. I feel like I'm flying a space shuttle sometimes. This damn thing. Isn't that a cool looking car? That thing is amazing.
Has the bench seat in it too?
Yes, the bench
seat.
The bench seat, yeah. Oh, you could throw.
Is there the milk crate behind the driver's seat? No, is that in there too?
It was such a roomy car, and the trunk. Oh my God! One of the greatest things about that car, the trunk was so big that you had, your fire extinguisher stuck in the one compartment, your med kit, all your stuff, your defib and everything. But if the fire extinguisher somehow went off,
all the time. All the time.
And you opened the trunk and you got the plume of all the residual fire extinguisher, the dry chemical, whatever it was. It was like cleaning an apartment. It was so big back there. Punk in the trunk became a term because you could throw people in the trunk, even with all your gear, and there was room.
Well, you had your pillow and blanket in there too for nap time.
Yes. You caught these. Exactly.
No, in case you came across somebody that was cold and you needed to give them a blanket. It wasn't for nap time.
Correct.
It was
correct.
All about nap time.
Yeah, wasn't for covering dead bodies. That thing had more DNA on it before it ever covered a dead body because you were napping in that freaking thing. Epithelial cells were all over that thing. My God. Now, do you remember this? We take it for granted nowadays because it's so simplistic. We didn't have cup holders in the cars back then. They had no cup holders. No. The car came with a stereo, which usually got blocked by your MDT or your radar or your radio.
It was usually AM only.
AM only.
Just for the record, Dawn is keeping track of all the space that is in the trunk of these Caprices. For anybody, yeah, exactly. If I'm
Don't-
going to hog tie somebody and put them in the trunk of a car, perhaps this Caprice might be.
I gotta say, my Volvo though. I used to have a Volvo. That thing, you could fit like 3 people in it. I know because we tried that. I was one of them though. So
I mean-
nobody was hogtied that time. But 3 of us jumped in and
Dawn,
just
Dawn,
to
Dawn,
see.
Dawn, you really need to look up the statute of limitations on things
No.
before
We all willingly hopped in it to see how many
Yeah,
people would fit.
oh, yeah,
I was one of them.
voluntarily.
Yeah, nobody was hogtied that time. We just, 3 of us went in.
All right, fair.
2 of us came out. No, just kidding. All 3 of us came out.
That's called a party. That's different. That's fine.
Party in the trunk. Woohoo!
Nowadays they call that an Uber, is what it is. So if you end up in the trunk and someone drives
Or
you to Atlantic
kidnapping.
City-
I mean,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah. I guess the other term is human trafficking, something along
Yes,
those lines. I
exactly.
forget. It all fades after a while. But you
well, no,
figure it
apparently
out.
human trafficking is allowed. I mean, depending on, well, never mind. Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, maybe human trafficking is allowed. There you go. I'm sorry.
There it is.
So if you could go back and do it all over again,
No.
meaning your career.
No.
So one of the things I always tell the kids or younger guys is it's not bad to go back and look at the different path you could take, but never regret the path you took. There was many times I could have left
That's
the
good.
county to a municipal job, and there's no way I would have been able to do all the things I did. There's no way I would have been on the team, K9, dive team, academy, all this craziness I got to do if I wasn't at the county level. I appreciate the fact that my bosses allowed me to do all this stuff, but I also put in the work when I was back at the office. All the in between the trainings and all the classes I was teaching and everything, I made sure the days I was at work, I gave them the full time I was at work. Busted my butt, did the calls, did what we had to do, keep up on everything. But yeah, it's always good to reflect back on the path you could have taken, but never regret the path you took.
So one thing we talked about before is all the connections, the 6 degrees of separation you make from being on the job. Being a municipal cop, you run into so many people in so many different respects. And then even in retirement, you'll run into people like, I know that guy, he was a cop somewhere. When you go places, you've worked with so many different cops and so many different agencies and so many different towns and all over the place. When you run into people, you'll see people and be like, I know that.
I know.
I can't.
And what's even worse for me, especially being at the academy,
Yes.
back then they were all bald.
Right.
And
Now they got hair.
hair, and I have no clue. Guys come up to me all the time. Oh yeah, hi.
I got a shave note. Stop it. Stop it.
But then they would say that, they were part of this class or part of this class, and something would come back, something funny. One of the funny stories or something stupid I did, because God, did I do some stupid stuff as a drill instructor.
Oh, we haven't even gotten, let's go into that. Your time as a DI at the academy. Now, how many classes do you think you had? Do you even know how many?
I don't even know.
No way of knowing.
The amount of recruits, because think about it, we had 2 full classes, 2 special classes, 1 or 2 class 1 classes a year, and then teaching all the in-service classes. It was just absolutely years and years. I mean, I was an instructor at the academy, not DI, just a regular instructor at the academy, probably close to 20 years.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years of my career. The DI part was probably about 10 to 15 years of it. And there were some good times. One story I always like to tell, and it got a lot of feedback from other people. There was one recruit that I absolutely knew just was not going to be good on the job. Could not think for his own, just nothing. Shockingly, a couple years into his career, he was fired and charged by the prosecutor's office. So I
You were right.
I was
You were onto
scary
something.
judge of,
Dawn, I sent you a
no.
picture.
So this particular recruit, I gave a house plant to, and I told him, you will carry this house plant around the academy. If an instructor asks you why you have that plant, your response is, sir, it is to replace the oxygen I'm stealing from this environment. So
Ow, fucking standing.
I got more
Ow.
phone calls and text messages about that prank.
Rob Flanagan.
Bobby Flanagan, one of our good
Outstanding.
friends. We do a lot of Special Olympics. He was actually the classroom instructor that day. Whenever we tell that story, he just dies laughing. The best part about that story was the rest of the class kind of lost their military bearing. You could hear them chuckle. As I'm walking out of the room, I swing back around. And I say, if that plant dies, you are paying for it. They literally made him send pictures of him raking, watering, and fertilizing a house plant. I got it from Stop and Shop for like $3.
Academy instructing is it is so great.
Oh,
It really, especially when if they know it's a game and you know it's a game,
it
like
gets fun.
yeah. Hypothetically, somebody I know may or may not have been borrowed for a little while up at the academy to be an instructor. And then it took about a class and a half till he was thrown out from being an instructor because he was having too much fun. But one of the stories this person had done, this person was OCD and could not stand how dirty classrooms were. So this person had looked for volunteers to clean the classroom, and obviously everybody's just sitting there staring. So the person ended up picking up 3 and said, all right, you're going to clean. And I had always made friends with the cleaning staff, the civilian staff that was walking around every morning. I would say, I'm like, oh, 5:45, ma'am, PT, we're going to be there. And they didn't speak any English. So they didn't know what the fuck I was saying. This person was saying. So, I went out. I said, okay, you, and you, come here. I went out, took the cleaning cart that had all the vacuum and all the stuff in there, brought it into the classroom. I said, all right, the 3 of you were going to clean the classroom. Now, the rest of you, since nobody wanted to volunteer, get up, stand up on your seats, take your bags. I need everything off the floor. The person needs everything off the floor because we have to clean the floor. Obviously, you can't have anything on there. Take your bags, put them over your heads. Oh, by the way, take your Millennium masks and put them on because I don't want you to get any kind of chemicals or anything that are going to be kicked up from all the cleaning that we're going to be doing. And so now all of the brass, here come the white shirts, out of their offices, and they walk by this classroom where now all of these recruits are standing on their chairs with their bags over their head and their Millennium masks. Now I'm standing on the desk in the front of this classroom and I see them. They all walk past and then they come back and they stick their head. And I said, sirs, don't worry about this. High altitude training. Don't worry about it. We're good here. And it wasn't long after that somebody was relieved of their duties as an academy instructor. But it's so
and
great.
That's what people ask me all the time. They're like, how did you come up with these things? I don't know.
Improvise.
100% improvise. It is absolute.
I had another recruit. It was during day 1, day 2. So we're out in and out of the building, doing all kinds of craziness with them, controlled chaos. And he goes, sir, this recruit needs to use the bathroom. It's an emergency. I was like, oh, it's an emergency? Okay. Lights and siren to the building. Made him run around saying, woo, woo, it's an emergency.
Oh my God. See, now I'm pining for these days. It's just so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like
one time we had a fire alarm go off in the middle of day 1. So in the middle of the chaos, fire alarm goes off. Made them low crawl out. They're smoking the building. Drop and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. They're crawling out. Said, okay, who's all the volunteer firemen? Go line the driveway. When the fire trucks roll up, I want you screaming, I'm a volunteer. I'm here to help. I'm a volunteer. I'm here to help.
But this is the thing. Like, don't they realize? Not to get way off topic, but don't
Shocking.
Or don't they realize, like, as recruits, like, this is the safest time of your career.
Absolutely.
You're literally getting paid to work out, to get in shape. You don't have. This is the safest time. And listen, let's call it what it is. It's hazing. It is what.
Yes.
I'm not going to disagree with that. But nobody's hurting anybody. This is just part of the process, and that has been lost. And again, like I said, this is a whole separate show that we can go down. The difference in generations and what they tolerate and what they accept and what is deemed just you can't do it anymore.
Right. There's no way I would be allowed at the academy.
No
way.
And language. You can't use language anymore.
And that's the thing.
I've heard
from multiple past recruits that they liked my style because those first couple weeks, yes, I was hard nosed. I was doing this crazy shit. But there was a certain time in the academy. I said, okay, they're done. They're done with that.
Break them
Now
down, build them back up.
Then I became a
Yep.
mentor.
Yes.
And even on days I was only there as a drill instructor, there was times I would take that cover off, sit them down, and I would answer their questions.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys learning this week? Talk to me. But the ones that would always piss me off, and I'd wind up bringing them out and bringing them back to the Rose Garden, was how do you get on SWAT? How do you get
Yeah.
They're already
How
there.
about get on the job first?
Yeah.
Oh, God
Get
bless
on
you.
the job.
God
Do
bless
the job
you.
first.
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you give me PTSD. So, all right. So again, we speak in hypotheticals. I don't know who this person is, but let's pretend it was me, just hypothetically. The class that had to come in before their first PT assessment, they were just horrible. I mean, run drops everywhere. You could have filled 3 vans with run drops. So now as we're approaching the first PT assessment, I'm like, all the instructors are talking like, holy shit, this is going to be fucking horrible. This is going to be bad. It's going to be a bloodbath, right? Everybody passes everything and does great. Like, I'm not even talking like that. Like, you had guys down in the 9s for their 1.5-mile run. And we're like, what the fuck? Okay, well, maybe they turned a corner, right? First PT session after the assessment, 9 run drops. Again, from this person, hypothetically, if it were me, you take this shit kind of personally. Like, at that time, I was 40 fucking years old. And my thing is, you know how hard it is for a 40-year-old to get in shape to keep up with 20-year-olds? Like, and I don't have to. I have my job already. I don't have to do this shit, but I'm going to do it because there's not a single fucking person in that class that's going to outdo me. That's my mindset when you're doing that. So I'm going to be in shape to outdo you. And I have my job. And like he said, you're not even a fucking cop yet.
Right.
You're thinking about all these. You're not even a cop yet. And you think you deserve my fucking job? So after that day, we had the 9 drops. I'm beside myself. And as an instructor, it's pre-planned. You know what class you're hitting, and when they in the morning you look at like, all right, we're gonna go in here, here, and here. Be ready. We're gonna go in, turn desks upside down, do whatever the fuck we're gonna do. It's they don't like freestyle hits.
And then certain instructors you knew not to do that with.
Bloodborne pathogens. Bloodborne pathogens. I had one. Yes. And
have them in early, have them sitting there waiting for that instructor, because you know if you did it, you were getting a complaint.
I made the mortal mistake. Because again, that day I was beside myself. Everybody goes, they take their showers. I'm like, no, I'm still fucking pissed off. I'm like, these motherfuckers. So I went and I interrupted the class, the one you're talking about, the untouchables. You can't do it. Unscheduled hit. I went in, said, excuse me 1 second. I said, all right. And again, this is all hypothetical. It's not me. I don't know if it was somebody. I said, all right, everybody who fell out of the run today, stand up. Made them all stand up. And I went one by one. And I'm like, your PT assessment, what did you get on your run? And I was like, 9:58. Sit down. You, what did you get on your run? 11. Like, everybody passed with like these crazy numbers. So I'm like, so we all understand each other here. When it's your time, you show up. When it's my time, it's fuck me. I said, you might as well just start filling out handwrittens right now for your special requests for your day tours and whatever the fuck, because you don't give a fuck. Like, you don't understand. I went, but again, not borrowed at the academy anymore. They just, they didn't they didn't like my style. I was born in the wrong generation, man. Like, it's
different, totally different style.
And it's worse now.
Yeah.
It's worse now. Every academy I'm sure is different, but there are certain academies hypothetically out there.
Oh, every academy is so different.
They have human resources that follow my hand to God, follow these instructors around. Hypothetically, somebody would go up to an aided call for somebody at the academy, and you're looking around, and I'm like, who's that person over there? Oh, that's human resources. Wait, what?
Yep.
They're following around the instructors with clipboards, making sure that these instructors are not going outside of the guidelines of like, are you fucking kidding me?
That
Are you-
defies logic.
Are you kidding me?
It's crazy.
It's insane, bro. Like this.
Like my son went through and a friend of his just graduated this last spring, and my son was telling him what to be ready for, everything like this. His friend's like, yeah, mine was nothing like that. He was home by 2:00 in the afternoon some days, like didn't go in until 11 o'clock on some mornings. Just absolutely ridiculous what it's turned to.
Like I just don't understand.
It's wild.
Like for me, like I think of myself, and I'm sure all you guys are the same. Like I was thinking like a cop, behaving like a cop before I was even a cop.
Yes.
Because I wanted to make sure. You never knew when that call was going to come, right?
Exactly.
And you had to be ready. You had to be in shape. You had to keep yourself eligible to be a police officer and to be ready for a police academy. You knew what a police academy was going to be. And then you look at these, young men, 20 to 25, and they can't do 10 fucking push-ups.
They can't even hold their
10
body weight.
And I'm looking at,
Pull-ups.
I'm like, what the fuck did you think you were showing up
My
for?
question to them was always, how long did you know you wanted this?
Yes.
All my
Yes.
life. Why weren't
Yes.
you preparing yourself all your life?
You had time.
Yes. And bro, it used to make me mental. And we had one of the guys I love. He knows. Again, I can't say his name without giving everything away. He knows I love him. He was great to me in the academy. I had a lot of shit going on in the academy. He was fucking awesome. Former Marine. But he used to, for him, it was like a game. And it kind of like to what you were saying, where, half of it was break them down, half of it was build them up. But when all the shit, when he talked about like, oh, I hate these kids, it was all kind of like a joke. I'm like, no, I legitimately had anger. Like I was mad. I'm like, and that maybe it's good that they can, because I'm like, these kids, like I was saying, like I'm working my ass off to be ready for these kids. These kids don't even have the job yet. And they are just, they don't care.
No,
They don't care. And they think, like, I'm looking at them like, you think you're entitled to what the fuck I have?
Absolutely.
You
They're
showed up.
so entitled to everything.
Yes.
So entitled.
Yes.
It's the
This-
video game generation.
Oh, absolutely.
They
Great.
click
Now
the
I'm angry.
reset
I was
button
happy.
for
I was happy
years.
earlier. And now
Sorry.
I'm angry.
That's me.
Good job.
Well, when my son went through the academy, I was totally expecting the phone call from the academy staff saying, hey, your son's in the class. You can't be here. Totally expecting that phone call. But I get the phone call that says, you could teach your classroom classes, but you can't do drill and PT with them. I'm like, okay, that's interesting, because my classroom classes are handcuffing, baton, and OC. So I could handcuff and beat my son and spray his face with OC, but I can't yell at him during PT or drill.
Cops don't yell at cops. That's somebody somewhere along the line must have been told that, or hypothetically. Again,
Right.
Cops don't yell at cops.
Yeah.
Are you? And
But that's
the counter argument is they're not fucking cops yet.
But the best was, so I go in for my first one, which just that cycle happened to be handcuffing. So I'm doing handcuffing. My son has come to different handcuffing classes with me because I taught all over the state. And my one partner, we would go all over the state teaching classes. And when we got tired of being handcuffed by each other, I would bring my son and make him the crash test dummy.
yeah.
So in the class, we were using him as the crash test dummy, flinging him against the wall, throwing cuffs on him, the whole 9 yards. Halfway through the day, the training officer comes up to me. He goes, hey, you're back as a drill. He goes, this class needs it. I need you back on Monday. This was a Friday. So the last session of handcuffing him, I throw him against the wall and I say, hey, I'm back.
Nice.
He literally goes into the locker room and says, Dad's back Monday. Be ready.
Campy.
That's a compliment.
Yes, 100%. Hold your breath. Let's have some pizza. You've been going for about an hour and 15 right now.
Yeah, great. Let's do it.
Yeah, get some pizza in your system. Stretch your legs. Do some 12-count bodybuilders. I will count the cadence. You will count the repetitions. And then,
Discipline is the instant willing ability to
Piss poor planning promotes pain. Here we go. It's
All right, break time.
Yeah, break time. There we go.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
I mean, I guess we're back. Is this what we are now? I don't
Yeah, we're live.
We're back.
Oh, hi. Yeah, we're here.
We're back.
So during the break, we were talking about a couple more academy stories. One of the interesting things was living where I worked. My kids participating in sports. So we're at a swim banquet because my daughter was manager and my son swam. And one of the recruits that was in the class was in the swim banquet pamphlet for having a record. Found out later on it was his brother, not him, but he got it anyway. So I actually made him do the IM across the gym floor. So he's doing freestyle, the butterfly, the backstroke across the gym floor. One of the best ones. They were laughing so bad.
These kids gotta understand, like, everything that we do is out of love for the job.
Absolutely.
I mean, more, not so much for them, because again, like I said, I genuinely had anger.
One of the
But
things
it was
I used
unhealthy.
To,
But
yeah, one of the things I used to always say to them, I want you to hear the craziest shit in a controlled environment.
yes,
Perfect.
When you're out in the field and you hear something crazy, I don't want you to react or see something crazy. I don't want you to react. I want you to have seen that in the controlled environment of the academy. So I did some of the craziest shit just so that they wouldn't react.
Shock value.
Shock value.
Shock value.
Yes.
The absolute, just like I said before, controlled chaos. Because when you get out in the street and it's uncontrolled chaos, you can't show.
Figure it out.
You can't show your emotion. You can't. I mean, how many times did we have to chuckle?
Oh,
I mean, and all the drills did it. If you ever saw a drill instructor adjusting his hat, he really wasn't adjusting his hat. He was hiding his laughter.
he's
Yes.
I can't tell you how many times
Yes.
one of the other drills would say something. I'd be like laughing my ass off, covering it up because I can't show it. I can't show it.
Campy, I forgot to mention. Today's show has been brought to you. Why is it not? Oh, there it is. Today's show has been brought to you with limited commercial interruption by ICE. ICE, 24/7 tip line 866 DHS2 ICE.
Oh,
866 DHS2 ICE. If you see something, say something.
I want to know who's doing their social media posts.
Oh,
They're on
those
fire.
guys.
They are fire.
It's been phenomenal.
Them and the
songs-
White House.
The
White House
songs
too.
They're picking.
Christy
the
Nome,
scenes.
it's been so much fun.
Oh.
When I'm not naturally, I'm watching the same news outlet, but when I see it come on, it just brings a smile to my face, puts a little light in my heart,
And
it's wonderful.
There have been more temper tantrums from the liberals that Trump and his people aren't angrier about the South Park shit. Like they're all embracing it. There's been more temper tantrums from the liberals that Trump's people aren't more mad. Like it's insane.
Right.
And then South Park had to double down. They took the one picture of Christy Nome because Christy Nome changed her picture as well to her South Park character. And then
Right.
so South Park, I guess, because they didn't get the reaction they
didn't get
wanted
the
to.
goat.
They changed it to the one where her face was like sinking from the lack of Botox. Like, bro, we're all Gen X. Like, if you don't think we're gonna laugh at this, and I love, by the way, I love the fact that all these libs are like all of a sudden now like so behind South Park and everything. It's like, hey, let's rewind a couple decades back when South Park had a school chef singing about sex to children.
Right.
Like just so we're all clear on this.
Salty balls. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. I am absolutely applying to ICE on Monday, which I'm very excited for. As a retiree, I think that's very exciting. I think it's got,
Jesus.
yeah,
Jason.
they're ready.
Did you see the latest who just joined ICE?
Yeah.
Superman.
I want to be with I guess
I
I'll
want-
Who
be,
would not want to be?
I'll
Yeah.
be Boy Wonder or whatever they call it. What was it? Batman's.
Well, that
Robin
was
or
Batman and Robin, but I
Yeah.
guess you get the idea.
I'll be
He's-
it. Just not Lex Luthor, but I want to encourage another person to apply to ICE.
High
Steve
pitch Eric.
Him, definitely. Steve Schneider, retired lieutenant, Fairhaven Police Department, enjoying his retirement, happily watching right now. Probably sitting by the pool with his son, having a blast and just enjoying the show. You can come out of retirement. You've been done for a week. Let's go. Join ICE. Don't be bashful. Ditch the bitch. Make the switch. Get it done. Get your application. You got time. All right. I'll talk to your bride for you. We'll figure it out. You're good. The academy. So much of it was building guys and girls up to break them down, to make them better, make them stronger. I embraced the academy. I loved the academy because I craved discipline, correction, and I liked it. I liked what the instructors did. I went through the Class 2 Special Academy, loved it. 9 months at the time. At the time, you did it at night. And then
remember
you had a
the
couple
night academy.
Saturdays. Then when you got hired full-time, you went back for the Waiver Academy, which was an abbreviated academy. We talked about this with Brandon last week. He had to go through the Waiver Academy when he left Irvington and came back to get waived. I'll never forget my third day of the Waiver Academy. Jimmy Mack. So as a waiver, the regular recruits claim in khaki uniforms. The waivers would come in their regular patrol uniform, just without a duty belt. So
Right.
you'd wear your Class A uniform and a belt. And I had worked the midnight shift.
Hold that thought. Campy.
Correct.
I
Go ahead.
think I want to see. Eric, are you there? Eric.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
What? Nope. He's not answering. Never mind. I was trying to get. I was trying to find out if Eric actually ever got his pizza, from Mike, but he's not answering. So we tried.
He's waiting for DiGiorno.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry. Go ahead. Again, I'm just hijack your show. Go
That's
ahead.
all right. ADHD, squirrel, shiny thing goes by. But my third day of the academy, I come in. There were 4 other waivers with me in the class. So we come in our uniforms. And I had worked the midnight shift because we were shorthanded. So I had worked the midnight shift and come in for the academy. You know how hard it is staying awake in the academy as it is, even with
Yes.
the air cranked up. So I get there that morning, park my car. We're supposed to.
They
come
had
in.
the air cranked up for you. I purposely put the heat on.
Oh, they had it. It was like Arctic tundra, which was good because it kept you awake, like shivering.
Yeah, I was going the other way.
Yeah, well, yeah. So get there. We do our formation. And at the time, we parked on the far side of the academy. We're all lined up. And remember the drills, we go around and inspect the cars. So in formation, and the DIs are giving me a really hard time. Now, I'm assuming it's because of my dad at the point, because everyone knew my dad, so I was like, all right, well, it's my turn in the barrel. All right. Sue Michelin, all of them give me grief. So McNamara comes up. Campanella, fall out.
By the way, was that your authoritative voice? Do it again.
Yeah, that was the closest. That's the buffalo one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had such a greater bark. He's a Marine, the whole 9 yards, Mozart guy.
He was one of my mentors.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Jimmy McNamara.
When I became a drill, he was one of my mentors.
Oh,
He was there for a long time, and me and Mac had some good times.
hysterical. He's got some great, fun undercover
Yes.
stories too from when he went
Yes.
on loan to narcotics with my dad. Really fun stuff. Great DI, very intimidating, had the perfect growl, and I don't do it well because I speak like a 3-year-old, unfortunately. So
And ironically, as tall as one. But
yes, exactly. See, there you go.
Hey, it's cheaper for him to get clothes.
That's
He
right.
buys it in
fair.
junior
You can
section.
shop at Baby Gap.
But you were called an angry little elf before.
I was an angry little elf, and I shopped at the Husky Kids section at Gap. So I'm doing all right. I'm saving money. At Costco, I kick ass. You should see it. The kids section, I win. So McNamara calls me out, asks me if I've ever been shot before. I said, no, sir. Any idea what it's like to get shot with your own gun? I'm like, no, sir. He's like, how would you feel if your dad got shot with your gun? I'm like, terrible. He goes, okay. With that, he reaches behind his back and he takes out my duty weapon, which had been locked in my patrol car. Or excuse me, I thought was locked in my patrol car because I came off duty, came to the academy, locked everything up. Holds it in front of me and says, does this look familiar? To this day, I think of my heart dropping in my chest, and I think of explaining, well, I'm out of the academy. Sorry, it didn't work out. I'm going to have to explain this to my chief. I can't fucking believe this. He goes, what do you think we're going to do about this? And I was like, and I broke like my discipline at all. I was like, I got no fucking idea. He's like, you think we should call your chief? I was like, absolutely. He's like, okay, I got a better idea. He drops the magazine. Says, open your hands. Takes the magazine, drops around into my hand. He goes, run this back to your car and come back. Okay. Yes, sir. Run back to my car. I get around the corner. The overhead lights are on. Flares are out. The car is empty. Everything is out of the fucking car. It's in like full code 3. I'm like, oh my God.
Anytime we found someone's car unlocked, it was the greatest.
Yard sale.
One of the best.
Yep.
One of the girls had this little pink skateboard scooter kind of thing. I don't know why it was there, but left her car unlocked, made so many recruits ride around the parking lot on this little pink scooter. It was great.
Someone I know may have been locked out of his car on a traffic stop, and that's the worst feeling ever. And then you have to stand there because you have to let the person go because obviously you're not writing a summons.
Right.
And then you have to stand there and pretend like you're on some kind of a traffic detail until somebody brings you out the spare key to unlock the car. Like you have to pretend like you know what you're doing.
And it only happens once because after that, you go make a case.
Spare key.
Yes.
I got locked out of my car by a Jack Russell Terrier. I fuck you not. I picked up a loose dog one day.
Thank
They
you
were
for
like,
doing that.
oh yeah, you're welcome.
Did you have to reach up to put the leash on?
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, I did because he was that much taller than me. No, I literally, a person pulled over. We found this dog. All right, I'll take it. Put him in the car. We drive around. Anyone know this dog? I mean, this dog. Oh, we think he lives over on Highland. Great. I pull up to a house on Highland where they think he belongs. I leave him in the front seat because I don't want him to run away. I leave the car running. Quiet, mean streets of Rumson. Walk up to the door, knock on it. Lady comes out. Is this your dog? No, he looks familiar. I don't know him. All right. Walk out to the car. He's feverishly running back and forth across my console, turning the lights on, sirens on, but he stepped on the door lock. So now I'm locked the fuck out. So now I'm standing outside my car where he's like, whoop, 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 whoop. I'm like, oh my God.
Exactly what's going on in your brain.
Exactly.
Like, exactly the same shit.
I'm a Jack Russell. I'm not furry enough. So I got a spare key made that day after I had to call because at the time we only had one guy on the road. There was one-man cars at the time. So I had to call Steve Schneider to come in off duty to get a key to come meet me to get my car unlocked. Oh, my God. Well, anyway, that day at the academy, Squirrel Shine thing goes by. Jimmy Mack, as I come back, he says, how'd your car look? I said, excellent, sir. He's like, drops another round. So I made 13 trips back and forth with my rounds. locked up the car, locked up the gun, put the flares and everything away, and that was it. It was done. Never called my chief. Nothing ever happened.
Lesson
with it.
learned.
Let me tell you, I now have to replace the key fob battery in my car clickers because I finger blast that thing as though it's not really locking, even though I hear the click, 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 click. Yeah.
Lock it every time.
You don't forget that. But I love that because that was so long ago, 28 years ago, but you don't forget it. And like you mentioned, recruits will see you and remember you. And no matter how old they are, no matter what rank they are, whether they're a chief, a deputy chief, a captain, lieutenant, or a detective, they'll remember where they were, how old they were, what they were doing, what song they were hearing, what was happening at the time when you impacted their life because you did something, said something, or made a command decision that altered their trajectory in a good way, where it was either a scared straight or a, oh, shit, like you said, about the guy.
That mistake again.
Am I in the right position?
Am I in the right position? I had one of my famous sayings during report writing was be specifically vague. You have to have specifics in there, but be vague enough that there was room that when you got called on the stand, he came from the northwest corner of the building. Well, how the hell did you know it was the northwest corner of the building?
Less is more.
During the time, less is more.
Yep.
Correct. 100%.
One of the recruits afterwards said he sat down to do a report and heard my voice, specifically vague, and that's how he wrote his report.
Now, Jay, you got ones that hate you.
Oh,
Remember
absolutely.
the ones that, obviously there's some that love you and hear your voice in a positive way. You have ones.
There was one literally would roll up to a scene. His call would not tell me the information on the call. He would have someone else tell me the information and he would walk away because he despised me so much. But then there was other ones, they would hear me call out because we had to do these things called Homeland Security checks. And one of them was at one of the beachfront parks right next to my house. So that was usually my last trip. I would hit that and then head home. And one of them came up and he told me, he goes, guys would call him or text him, be like, why are you going to talk to drill instructor Argentino? And that was one of my big things. They would call me sir afterwards, drill instructor, all that. No, I'm just Jay now. I'm just an officer.
Yep.
I'm just Jay. We're on the streets together now.
That's
made
awesome.
it through the academy. Drop that shit.
Yep.
It's no longer sir. It's no longer DI. It's no longer instructor. Me and you are on equal ground. You made it.
That was such a great feeling when you had that confirmation. Like you said, you knew you hoped most of you knew in the academy it was a game. It is what it is. You got to go through it, go through the motions, get it done. But when it's done, it's done. And when you had the confirmation that we're on the same plane now, we're all doing the same thing, we're all doing the same job, we're going to work together, and maybe one of us is going to help each other out at some point. Having that impact, having that change on guys and girls speaks volumes, and it means so much. And it's so nice when you see guys and girls nowadays who remember something good you did for them, a positive impact you had that changed them in a way. And when you see, like, when you walk in the room and you see someone, it's like, oh, that fucker is not happy to see me. That guy does not like me. And I know, and it's like anytime you go into a bar, restaurant, whatever, you look to see who hates you. But when you see one of your own who's like
when I walk in here and Burke sees me, like that, so that same kind of feeling that I get, like he's just not happy to see me.
I mean, one of them to today, been retired 3 going on 4 years, still physically angry when he sees my face.
But see, that's a compliment.
Uh-huh.
That's a badge of good. Like I'd wear that shit. I love making people happy, but I think I've upset just as many people as I've made happy.
The sad part is the one that hates me the most, I actually liked. Like I keyed on him because I knew he was going to be good. Not ironically, now he's a sergeant. I mean, I'll never be a sergeant. I never took any tests. I know enough about myself that I'm not like that. I'm not a leader like that. I have a hard enough time being responsible for myself, let alone 10 other fucking guys. Like I knew that early. Like I knew that right away. Like I want no interest.
See, I think it's even better when it's somebody you didn't like and you can see them physically get upset and angry when you just walk into an area.
Your presence.
There's a bunch of them too, but this one hurts me because it's like dude, I fucking liked you. Like I didn't waste time because again, as an instructor, like ones that are useless, you're not gonna waste your energy on them because you're not fixing them. But the ones that are right on that edge that you can be the difference between them being great or just okay, you're gonna focus on them because you can push them and make them better. He was one of those fucking kids, and he fucking hates me. Hates me. What the fuck? At some point, we're gonna have to have the conversation, but we'll see.
So, what do you think have been the most significant changes in law enforcement since we got on the job?
The technology.
Technology.
The technology is crazy. From what it was when we started with the old computer systems to the new computer systems to the drones to the robots, everything is just crazy now. I mean, tactical call outs used to be, we'd dress and go get the bad guy. Now it's put the robot in, put the drone in, do this, do that, check all these boxes. And the equipment, I joke about the equipment we used to have compared to the stuff that the kids have now. It's unbelievable.
How about the outer carriers?
The outer carriers, I'm a big fan of. We went to them very early at the office, and it's so much nicer to have all that equipment off your belt, up on your body. It changes your body posture and the ability once you get inside to take that off real quick.
Yes.
Catch some air on a hot day.
Yeah.
Warm up on a cold day, anything like that. And just phenomenal technology. They're going, a lot of departments are going to red dots on pistols.
Yeah.
Which I'm a huge fan of.
That's huge.
We fought the fight 15, 20 years ago to get the red dots on our rifles. Why are we fighting the same fight now to get it on our pistol? All the same reasons we should have went to it back then on the rifle are the reasons we should go to it now. Target identification is better. Everything is just better with the dot. And a lot of people are afraid that, it's going to, make bad shooters good. No, it makes good shooters better.
Correct. 100%. 100%. Now, you did a lot of firearms qualifications and training anyway. Now, doing what you do a lot of shooting. You get to do the fun stuff where you drive cars and shoot paintballs and stuff like that. Like that's badass shit.
I'm the king of drive-bys now.
I love it. I love it. Getting paid to do drive-bys in retirement. Is that?
Simunition hurts, bro.
Oh,
simunition hurts. A lot of people don't realize it.
You catch a 2-piece in a biscuit from a simunition round, you're going to feel it.
It hurts.
Wear it the next day.
We actually use a system called T4E because they fire actual paintballs instead of the simunition rounds. With the cars, the simunition rounds could dent them, send little dings on them. The paintballs are much better, but they operate, they work. I have a Smith & Wesson just like I carry off duty. It looks, feels, and acts just like a regular.
So you're driving a car at 60 miles an hour, putting rounds out of the car.
Yeah.
Think about how fucking Jason Bourne
sounds like it sounds like every 14-year-old in Chicago. I mean, again, hypothetically, I don't want any problems.
I mean, that could be a whole nother side. that could be a whole nother revenue stream, but we won't go there. And honestly, for what we do, the paintballs, shooting at them, stuff like that, is just to add the stress level. We actually even have flashbangs that we throw at the cars.
Oh yeah.
They're little shotgun shell flashbangs, and that's usually what starts the last event. And then we're hitting them with the windows. And I could tell you, we've had tier 1 operators from SWAT, from military come through our class. And the first time those paintballs hit that window, they all get that natural flinch.
Of course.
They know they're not going to get hurt by it. They've watched other people go and get shot at. The first one's always a little bit more because they're not expecting it. But these guys, they flinch every single time, no matter what. And it adds that little bit of stress. And
which is great. I mean, I've seen that done with the FATS machine where they have guys, in the front corners by the screen shooting back. Like that idea that you're going to get hit changes the whole mindset, especially when that it hurts.
In the military, we used to have a system called Miles. It was all lasers, and you had these sensors on you that if you were behind a bush, the round wouldn't go through. But then when we switched to simunitions in the military, and you were actually getting hit by those rounds that were going through the bush, you started rethinking what's covering concealment.
What's covered, right. So yesterday I was taking my son to the range. My son, his college roommate here visiting, and we turn going past Sun Eagles, turn on Hope Road, and a golf ball, I fuck you not, landed a foot in front of my car. It comes from the golf course. I see it, and it's one of those.
That might have been me playing.
It may have been, and I half wanted to pull over. And you have that second of incoming, like you see it coming. You know how you're like, oh, well, I'm making the turn. I see this thing definitely coming. It's not stopping. Oh shit, here we go. Boom. That's a golf ball. That's not a bullet. We got around it. I looked, I was like, you guys good? Yeah. They didn't even know what the hell I saw.
No.
Think about that. You have paint rounds and then potentially real bullets coming at you. That changes shit. That puts things in perspective. And that has a lot to do with the mindset, the tactical mindset of being prepared, ready at all times.
And the other thing with the paintballs too, it starts obscuring your view because now we're putting all this paint on the windshield and on the side windows. Now you can't see. And I will say some of our people who come back multiple times, and if an instructor ever has to come back through our class, they may get a little bit more paint
of
than
course.
Everyone else.
Oh, they're going to wear it. Yeah. Yeah. Now, being retired, of course, meaning we're not wearing the uniform.
Yes.
We're not actually doing it. Do you feel any different walking into a restaurant, convenience store, supermarket, Costco, wherever it is, than you did while you were on the job?
No, because it is just so ingrained into me, again, because of my military career, my law enforcement career, and now what I'm doing on the security side, the executive protection side, because I still do get out and do some actual executive protection every now and then, not just on the training side. I always felt, and academies that have the personnel to do it, it's great that they're assigned to the academy, but I think the ones where the guys are working the road and working the academy bring a little bit more.
Yes.
The guys would see me at the academy, then they would see me out on the call. Many times because I worked the midnight shift, I guess you would call it, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. And there was a lot of times I'd get off at 2 a.m. and I'd be at the academy for 5:30 for PT. And when guys would see that and see that I was out there working and see that I was still there,
doing both,
it helped with their motivation a little bit more. Like if he could do it, I can do it.
How about running into someone you've arrested?
Again, I lived where I worked. I never shied away from hitting warrants in my town. There was one particular time where I was at one of the kids' sporting events, and somebody I locked up was literally sitting right next to me in the bleachers of a sporting event.
Yeah.
And I treated people fairly. If you deserved it, you deserved it. If not, we treated you good. And it was just for a child support warrant. Not that it's any less, but one thing about child support warrants, I found that over the years, people fought and ran more for child support warrants than they did for murder warrants.
No kidding.
Everybody's going to jail.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you finished, but yes, he's 100% right. Go ahead. You finished, right? Child support warrants
I had guys jump out of windows for child support, where I would wind up getting to somebody who was wanted for homicide, and he would just turn around and put his hands behind his back.
That's it.
He goes, "You got me. You won today." And that's what it was.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, because child support warrants, it's so grimy. Like, I mean, they will hunt you to the ends of the earth for child support. It's insane.
Some of them really deserve it. Like I had one case, because we had caseloads. I had one. He was a attorney, I think, and he played the game. He would always have the cash, so that when we did catch him, he could pay it off and not go to jail. Like, why? Why are you doing this? She doesn't deserve it. It's not her. It's your kids. They get what they get. That's the wrong attitude. That's absolutely wrong attitude.
I had a guy. He had lost his job, and again, they had the warrant out for him. He wasn't paying because he didn't have his job. Ended up getting work back. Literally had his pay stubs on him, showing that the county is now taking the money out of his checks again. And he still has this warrant out for him, and they still came and fucking got him and put him in the county. He's paying again. He's like, yeah, I stopped paying for these couple of months, but I was, I lost my job and I'm paying. And he showed me his pay stubs and you can see the deduction on there. I'm like, yeah, no, sorry, man. They still want you.
Yeah,
You're
still
going.
going.
Yeah,
Still
dude.
gotta go.
Child support. Yo, you got a child support warrant, run.
Go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a.
I mean, hypothetically, don't run. I'm just
Hypothetically.
saying, maybe
it's
run.
always
Good job, Mo.
Sorry, bro.
But there was always a lot of different cases. And having the dog, having the canine, I got to be part, and being on the team, got to be part of a lot of different incidents. And again, living in the town, living in the area I worked, a lot of it bled over. Unfortunately, my kids were connected to 2 different homicides. My daughter, one, and my son, one. There's actually a picture of my son at graduation with a girl that was killed.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah.
You see, Campy, this would have been a good picture to have. I mean, bro, how much prep do you fucking do for your show? I mean, honest to God, I think Blue, really.
Oh, look, a squirrel.
Oh, look, it's oh, there it is.
I don't know if you remember the whole story that New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve one year. Me and the family were at the kids' godparents' house who were both on the job. And me, of course, I'm taking a nap. Got to take a nap before New Year's.
Right.
And the phone goes off for a call out up in the north part of the county.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. Wasn't expecting anything. So me and the wife took one car. So she's got to drive me back to the house. As we're going to the house, we pass a whole lot of lights, a whole lot of cars. And she looks at me and she goes, "Is that where you're going?" I'm like, "No, we're going up north." Get to the house, a second call out comes for that incident that I had just passed.
That's okay.
So we started coordinating back and forth to that incident, the other incident, who's going where, whatever. The one right by me resolved itself really quick. We go up to the one in the north. The one in the north turned out to be, it was supposed to be a barricaded subject. It really was just a dude who was too drunk to answer the door. And the one we passed was a homicide. It was actually a very gruesome homicide. And we couldn't believe it. But that's how quickly those events turn
Evolves.
different. It evolves so quickly. And then the one that my daughter was involved in, they actually made a TV show about it. And had no idea.
Yeah.
I just thought I was going to another call and came to find out that she actually went to school with the girl that was stabbed.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was heartbreaking. Oh my God. Do you have any calls specifically that in your mind, I would say haunt you, but you remember in the negative? Any calls that to this day you'll see something, or you'll drive by an area, or you'll think of it, or something will happen at a different time of year that?
Not really, because I do have, again, because of my military training and everything, I do have very good separation. I'll remember the calls. I can't remember what I ate from breakfast from
Right.
all the concussions, but we'll pass by something. Oh yeah, I remember that call we had here. I remember this call we had here. I remember that job, this job, everything like that. But nothing really sticks out where it was traumatic or anything like that. It just, they were what they were.
Do you ever hear a song on the radio that transports you back to a time where it's like, shit, I remember what I was doing. I remember what I was driving, where I was working, where I was assigned at this time. Are there any songs
No, not really, because I play music in the background, stuff like that, but I'm not. I could tell my daughter a song and she'll be like, "Oh, that's by this performer, this song."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
all right.
I like the beat to it.
Yeah.
You know, I have no idea what it is.
Yeah. What it's about.
No,
or
what
they're-
it's about, nothing like that. You know, but music was always playing, so much so that when I was on the dive team, the guys used to make fun of me because I would hum. I would go underwater, start my search, say, you know, diver 1 on the bottom, starting my search, and then I'd start humming. And they told me, they're like, "If you're humming, we're going to leave you alone." So when you stop humming, that's when we ask if you're okay. I'm like, "You're full of shit. There's no way I hum." And
You don't realize
Sure
it.
enough, they recorded it, and diver 1 on the bottom, beginning my search, and start humming along. I could be under there for 4 hours humming along, and they would just leave me alone.
That's hysterical. And it makes sense. And that's what's great about having the team. And that's one of the things I miss about the team mentality and having the guys and girls on the job, the boots on the ground. What do you miss most about the job?
I really don't, because that team environment I have now with this new job. We go up, we teach these classes, we live in a house together for the couple of days we're there. We eat breakfast together, we eat lunch together, we have dinner together. When the class is over, we may sip a bourbon or two afterwards.
Yep.
Never during class.
Yep.
So
Choir practice.
Choir practice.
Choir practice. Yep.
So I do still have a little bit of that team mentality with the new job.
What were some of your favorite experiences on the job, or your favorite stories with Ari, or any stories that
Probably
you...
my favorite story. I tell it all the time. I got to work. My last shift on the road was my son's first shift on the road.
Oh,
So, being county level, we were allowed to be in different areas, just listen to radio, especially at K9, just be ready for a call. So I got to go to the town he was working in. He was a class 2 and got to hang out with him for his first shift on the road.
that's amazing.
Never got to do that with my dad, because by the time I got on the job, he was doing federal stuff at the time. So he was more office, federal type. And so to be able to work my last shift on the road was his first shift on the road.
That's awesome. Jay, how long did you do the diving?
Oh, I was on the dive team probably a good 10 years in the department. At first it was just the county, just my department's team. Then it became opened up to the full county, a regional team. Any department could send somebody to it.
I got insane respect for that job. We had the helicopter crash.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm not trying to stir shit up or whatever. I can't imagine, like, especially in those waters, the Hudson River. I mean, the distance had to be, a foot, if anything, till you saw anything. They had to be right up on top of, and I can't imagine.
Oh, I could tell you some wild stories. There's a lake in one of our northern towns where we had to go look for a gun.
Mm-hmm.
First off, it was inches, not feet. I could only see inches in front of me. And then we do what's called a silt check. So you press the ground to see how far it goes down, up to my shoulder. My entire arm sunk. And it was just nasty vines, just disgusting water.
And this doesn't matter whether it's January or July.
No,
you're going in the water.
This was actually February, middle of February.
And dude, I'm telling you, these guys, when we had that helicopter crash, like, you saw a lot of emotion coming out of these guys, because I mean, they're cutting kids,
Family,
out of a helicopter that they're inches away from before they could even really see them.
Yeah.
So they're coming up on that. Insane respect for that job.
And
that is,
and it is definitely another level. There's another good picture that was in the press. Again, blame them for not having the pictures.
good job, bro.
I'll ring that up all the time. I'm getting suited up. So there's probably 5 or 6 of our guys running around, putting gear on me, and I just have this calm look on me. And we were actually going into the water. A crane came down on a boat and sunk the boat, and we were going to go in and try to see if the guy was still in the boat. And just calm. Just the frankness that was going around me. Everybody else was going crazy, running around, getting gear, throwing shit on me. And I'm just like, okay, are you done yet? Can I get in the water? Can I get into my spot? That's where I felt comfortable.
And you go in that water, you don't know if that crane's going to shift. You don't know what's happening. You don't know what you're going into.
No.
You don't know what you're going to find in there. How many times were you in Deal Lake?
Once. If we went into Deal Lake, again, that was another one that had a lot of silt on the bottom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that's probably sunk. There's probably some Crown Vics.
I can only imagine what's in that thing.
Those little scooters that are all over the city. If you go on the map, there's a couple of them in the middle of Deal Lake.
They ping, right?
Yeah, they ping in the middle of Deal Lake.
any of these Crown Vics by any chance? Do you recognize any of these?
Are there any parts of the job that you, I don't want to say regret, but that you wish you could get a mulligan on?
Every once in a while, I wish I took the test and promoted up. Again, at the time, if you promoted up, you started losing your specialties.
Right.
I didn't want to lose my
Right.
specialties. I
Right.
wanted to keep doing what I was doing. So I stayed an officer for life. And now I look back on it again. Look at the path you took compared to the path you could have taken. Never regret the path you took.
100%. 100%. Did you have a favorite cop show?
I would probably say
NYPD Blue.
No, Blue Bloods.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the one. That wasn't that the one that Eric was on as an extra.
I was
Yes.
actually supposed to be on it as an extra one time. I was out medical. I couldn't do it. A bunch of the guys.
I
went and did
love Mark Wahlberg.
it.
I would love to be with him right now.
The funny part is that was a show me and the wife watched together all the time.
Yes.
And that episode, it was SWAT guys. So they're all dressed up. And I'm saying who they are. And she's like, there's no way you know that. I said, yeah.
You know it.
I said, because he wears his holster like that. He holds his weapon like that. He dresses this way. He walks that way. And it would get to a part where you could see a little bit of her face. And she would get so mad at me. She's like, how? I said, because we're around each other so much. We know how
Yeah.
each other's gear is. We know each other's movements, everything like that.
100%. 100%. And that it's funny. I think that's one of the tough parts about watching a cop show with a cop is, one, we pick out those things. No one else is looking at that. They want the drama. They want the story. They want to know what's happening and all the fun. And they want to see the family dinner and all that. But we're focusing in and honing in on the nuances,
All right.
which I love. And I love like picking apart like the cheesy, terrible
Yeah.
cop shows.
Big
But at
time.
the same time, I love the inspiration that we personally got from these cop shows because you wanted to be that good cop. You wanted to be that good guy or girl and do what they were doing.
I hate the live cop shows
Oh,
like
yeah.
like Cops
They
or Live
play it
PD.
up. They play it up way too
I
much.
I get so angry like when you see some of the tactics that's going on. Like I'm screaming at the TV. And my wife's like,
Oh,
like,
this
"No."
is a new podcast. We're gonna put what is it? Live PD now. What is it
Patrol
called?
Live?
Patrol Live on, and then make Josh watch it. Excuse
now,
me, Mo.
now
I
take
gotta
a
do-
take
I
a
gotta
take a shot of
shot.
something.
I
There
gotta
you
shot.
go.
There
That-
you go.
You got me crazy.
Give him a shot of something.
You got- if you do that, you definitely got to get
And then
rid of
just
something.
video you screaming at the television.
My wife can testify. I'm like, I get so frustrated. I'm like, yo, pull this motherfucker out of the car. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, hurry the
But
fuck.
it's not just us. I can't watch a medical show with my wife. She was a nurse for 20 something years. She tears them apart. That's not the right way to do that. Why didn't you wash your hands? Wear your gloves.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, everything. Same thing. I
Oh
would say,
my god.
she does-
Except for the Poppy.
Yeah.
Except Poppy. What was it? Oh, what the fuck is his name? Say I can't think of it. The Passaic County
Oh,
Sheriff guy.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah, I know
Stop
you're
it.
talking about.
With the mustache and he had
Yes.
the yellow
I'm
mag
not
light,
your Poppy.
the yellow
He-
mag. Yeah.
And not even that one. He had another one where he actually had the person apologizing to him for
Yeah.
making him arrest him.
Right.
Like he was like, "See what you have to make me do?" It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry." Like,
that was fun.
You saying that just reminded me something you said about coming to the academy in your uniform for waiver class. So one of the guys, his dad was on the job, his brother was on the job. I worked with him a lot. He's coming back to the academy for a waiver. For whatever reason, I didn't have him for the class too. It could have been I was away for training, anything like that. And we're friendly with him. He was scared shitless that I was going to be there. And we don't mess with the waivers that
Right.
much. We
No.
really don't.
No.
We really don't.
No.
So when I see him in there, I walk up behind him and just whisper in his ear, and he freaked out, just totally freaked out. He still talks about it to this day. He's like, all of a sudden I felt the breath, and it was you there standing there.
You don't forget that.
Yeah.
It brings you back. My God. Oh, the Academy days, man.
Oh, Academy days, we could go on forever. Just some
100%.
of the stupid skits.
Oh,
Oh, the urinalysis. You know, you got to do urinalysis every time.
see, Daniel Stone, Damiano.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Damiano.
Yup.
There it is.
Oh my god, the guy was phenomenal. I'm not your Poppy. I'm
I-
sorry, Poppy.
I
what
could
the
watch
fuck?
that.
That was back in the day, too.
100%. Where
Way-
the old mag lights. Yeah.
But he had the yellow mag light. Remember, it was the yellow, and it was like it was the reach out and touch someone, the AT&T light. It was the long like SL20. You caught a
It's
2-piece in a
never
biscuit.
heard-
Oh yeah, it was. If you caught that, you were catching the
You were-
business
oh,
end of something
absolutely.
severe. 4 D-cell batteries, that shit got done. Let me tell you. How do you want to be remembered from your time on the job?
As a teacher, somebody who took the time to teach and let these people learn something from me. I was a teacher in the military. I was a teacher in law enforcement. Not a lot of people know this, but I was actually a pre-kindergarten through 4th grade school teacher for a
Get
couple
the
of years.
fuck out of here.
Yes.
God bless you. I can't.
Some of those kids are still in therapy now.
I was gonna say, how do you separate? Because my wife teaches 4th grade, and like if I go into her classroom, like I can't deal with kids. I can deal with adults because if you know, first of all, kids are gonna be brutally honest with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Like
I'm not gonna
if
say it.
but no, yeah, no, don't say it. No, kids are going to be brutally honest with you. So, I mean, if you smell bad, if you look bad, if something is off with your fucking clothes, they're going to tell you right to your face.
Absolutely.
Right. I don't know how to deal with that because, like an adult, you can deal with it. You can condense that nonsense real
Yeah.
quick. How do you do that with a fucking kid? Like, I give these teachers a lot of
credit.
I can't.
A lot of
Like,
credit.
fucking
My-
choke a kid.
My son's girlfriend is a teacher
Hypothetically.
now. I mean, we are the typical stereotype family. I married a nurse. He's dating a teacher.
Yeah.
Cops and teachers.
Cops,
and
teachers,
nurses.
cops, and nurses.
It happens all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a lot of people didn't know that I was a teacher for 3 years at a private school.
Could you imagine being a teacher today?
No.
No.
They need body cameras like
Yes.
we do.
100%. How great would that be if there was a camera in the classroom
Yeah.
and people could see exactly what crayon-eating, window-licking mutants their kids are in the classroom as opposed to what they think they are at home?
Not
Well,
my
you-
little Johnny. My
No.
little Johnny is
well,
perfect.
you don't want to get me started on this. Like, I this is.
Stacy, no, Stacy.
No,
Stacy,
Stacy, no, because she doesn't agree with everything that I always say too. Like, I have some very strong feelings about the NJEA.
Shocking.
Yeah, right. Like, again, a lot of people don't know, NJEA teachers are never randomly drug tested. Think about that for a little while. Yeah, let me say that again. NJEA teachers are not randomly drug tested. They are tested before they are hired. Once they are hired, they are never drug tested again.
So they have to have a suspicion or
They are never
tested.
drug tested again. So you could have teachers high as a fucking kite selling your kids that they spend more hours a day during a week than you do.
than you do.
But so yeah, that's one thing. So,
And they're- when they're tested beforehand, I know this because my wife was involved in it at one point with the hiring process. They can have a certain level of certain drugs in their system and still
Yeah,
get
they can
hired.
still cross the
Yes.
threshold.
yes, it's. I mean, listen. Again, my wife, and she knows. She's one of the ones that does it right. My wife is very, very good at what she does. You know, but the I guess just like in our profession, you know, there's good and there's bad. But the way that teachers are protected, there's a lot of fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wild shit out there, bro.
Oh yeah.
There's I that's why I always find the irony in when the teachers unions start shit talking law enforcement. I'm like, you got some set of fucking nuts. The year after the George Floyd
Yes.
thing, my wife showed me the welcome back to the school year letter that the head of the NJEA sent out, and it was basically apologizing, you know, for the whole George Floyd thing and all. I'm like, these people got some set of fucking balls. Like, they really, yeah, no. Don't get me started on that. Teaching's a very hard job. I couldn't do it, and fuck the NJEA, hypothetically.
So, being married to a nurse, seeing what she's seen through the years, I feel like we all, both professions and teachers too, now, again, have a front row seat to the greatest show on earth where we've seen traumatic things, frustrating things, annoying things. I think we share a common bond in our hatred for human nature that's failing.
I say it all the time. I'm fueled on caffeine, pre-workout, and hatred.
It's accurate. That's accurate.
It is.
Dude, the show we have on a network Code Lavender.
Yes.
The same. The parallels between nursing and law enforcement.
It's so interesting because it's
Yes.
unfucking
How
unfucking the fucking as it is occurring.
and
Someone's getting
not
fucked
just
up.
that, but when you're dealing with combative people and you still have to remain professional. You still
to
have
help
you,
them. You still have to
you
help
still
them.
have to help them. You still have to
And
provide
that
this
goes
care.
right back to what we were talking about with the academy. By introducing them to that chaos in that academy, when the chaos happens on the street, they're more prepared for
They're
it.
ready for it because they've had it in a controlled environment. Because when you get out there on Springwood and DeWitt, it's not controlled anymore, and it's going to get weird. It's going to get shitty. It's interesting. I guess I hope. I'd like to think that the general public has kind of an idea, but the reality is they have no
No.
freaking idea.
No idea.
No, they have no idea.
No
No.
idea.
None.
Because they see the news clip afterwards, they see the YouTube video afterwards, but they don't get the full context of what's happening.
It's the not in my backyard
Correct.
concept. If unless they've been a victim, unless they know a victim, they don't. They're desensed. They don't know. They don't know. They don't care.
understand.
100%.
And that's why
100%.
cops hang out with cops.
Yes.
Correct.
Choir practice.
Correct.
Choir practice. That's what makes it great.
There we are.
You know? So you do a lot of work with Special Olympics, which you've done for a long time now. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it is probably the single most rewarding thing I do. To see these athletes giving their full effort and just being so happy to get a member of law enforcement to talk to them, hand them their medal. There's pictures of some of the athletes going way back from when I first started to now. They're grown adults, 20, 22, 23 years old. And I got pictures from when they were 9 or 10 years old doing it. And the best example I could probably give, and my daughter says she doesn't remember this conversation, but I came back from an event one time and she said, "You smile more when you come back from Special Olympics." She goes, "You're happier." And it's just the pure joy that comes from Special Olympics and working with the torch run and, getting to meet because as the state committee, we get to go to international conferences. So I meet people from around the world from different law enforcement torch runs, and everyone's trying to beat Jersey. Jersey's the best.
Jersey's 100% the best, and you're gonna know my people.
Oh,
And
I
I'm gonna. I would get emotional if I talked about one. I'm gonna mention him anyway, but I'm not gonna talk about him. Larry Mays, phenomenal human being. Belfiore.
It took the longest time to realize that Larry lived right around the corner from me.
Phenomenal human being.
Larry is amazing. Was just with them not too long ago for the summer games and a couple other events. And it's just amazing when he does get to come up here and hang out with us. And, these guys, they're the forerunners in it.
Yeah, we had him on a while ago. He was on the show. Belfiore is another one.
Yeah.
Kevin Murphy,
Kevin Murphy.
That's what I would get emotional. But Murph was great to me. He was my staff lieutenant when I got out of the academy, and when I got out of the academy, I had a lot of shit that I needed because of what was going on with my daughter and everything. He was a phenomenal human being, just a beautiful fucking human being.
The only thing I could wish for is some of these younger, newer cops start getting on and doing it with us. Our state committee is almost entirely made up of retired guys. And they're retired people that are coming from other areas. We have one that comes down from Alaska. She retired, moved up to Alaska, and she still comes down to participate with the New Jersey Special Olympics. And we can't get some of these young guys who live right next to an event to come out for an hour. Well, my department's not going to compensate me for that. Yeah. Well, how about doing it for you? How about doing it for the feeling you get, the joy you bring to one of these special athletes.
The unknown that I guess I don't know if he's left or he's not, if he's still here. He's big into that as well. If he's still here,
yeah,
you definitely gotta bullshit with him for a little bit.
And the guys who participate in the torch run, I love that they do that, but there's more to it than that.
Sure,
they come to an event, come to the summer games, come to the winter games, hand those medals out. Give the athletes high fives. Talk to the athletes' parents. I have one athlete, his dad texts me on my birthday, texts me on Father's Day, on Christmas, just stay in contact with them all throughout the year. As soon as I see them at an event, big hugs. It's just the uplifting that comes from working with the athletes and working with the athletes' family is amazing.
I'd love to do a show where we get Jay, Todd Smith, Rob Flanagan, a couple of those guys on to talk just about that, because when we met Tony a couple months back and then we went and joined Patriots of the Leaf, which was amazing, by the way, super fun event. We sat down there, shared cigar and a bourbon, and then the tentacles, seeing the tentacles reach out.
Everyone kept talking about a canine guy, a guy who works with dogs and this and that. Oh, you got to talk to him. You're a dog guy. Talk to this dog guy.
Dogs Inc. That's where it all,
Yep.
So we start talking to him, and
Oh, you said about Frank
Frankie,
Felice, yeah.
Frankie, yeah.
Yeah.
So he starts talking to me about somebody, his brother, and I look down at his arm and see the tattoo, and I knew instantly who he was talking about because his brother was one of my mentors when I started with Special Olympics. Mikey is awesome, and it needs to be brought out a lot more. Dogs Inc. does great work, and they're pushing to do more, and everything about that program is great.
That point you just made about all the retired guys coming together again. We don't get paid. We're retired. We do this because we want to pay it forward. We want to see others do better than we did, even, you know. It would be nice if the younger guys and girls saw the benefit early, got into it, because we miss it. We miss the job, but like you said, you still have the camaraderie, the esprit de corps. You have the guys and girls who get together and work. When we sat at that event and shared cigars and bourbon and talked about Mike and talked with Frank and talked with that crew, and then a couple of guys in the ancillary who didn't know what we were talking about were so intrigued they wanted to get involved. It's infectious. It is infectious, and it's part of the job. I mean, we got into this for a lot of reasons, but one of them was to do the right thing, to help people and to pay it forward and to leave it better than you found it. Sustainability. I feel like it's going to get better. I know it's got to get better. It's got to turn.
We've been through these waves before.
That's it.
You know, been on the job since the 90s, saw good times, saw bad times. You know, my hope is it doesn't take such an event to turn the tide. You know, 9/11 happened, and that absolutely turned the tide.
Yeah.
It doesn't need an event that big or that dramatic to turn the tide. It just needs something to turn the tide back into where, you know, weeks after, I say it all the time, weeks after 9/11, people were flying American flags. They were so proud to be Americans, all this. Well, 4th of July, same thing. Everyone gets their flags out. Well, it's not a one day a week. It's not a one day a year.
What happens
thing.
on July 5th?
It's 365.
That-
We should have those flags flying. We should have that patriotic, that pride all the time.
I mean, I'm gonna try to not be the Debbie Downer, but I'm gonna be. I have a more negative outlook on it. I think we're coming into a time where society is going to be guided by a generation that was raised and indoctrinated by academia to hate America, and I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. You look at what's going on in New York, and everybody's like, "Oh, there's no way they're going to elect a socialist." Really? No. It is going to happen. It absolutely is going to happen. And the comparison I always use, and again, I sit in on all these shows, so I'm sure people have heard me use it ad nauseum. You look back at Martin Luther King Jr. marches and protests and speeches. The American flag was embedded in all of those events that he had, because even at a time where he was advocating for people that were being treated less than human, he knew how great America was.
Yeah.
He was simply fighting for his people's piece of that greatness.
And that's part of the problem. Some of these liberal professors who are teaching these teachings have done nothing but academia.
Correct.
They have jobs for life, and they've never gone anywhere. They've never seen what it's like in these other countries. Go to Africa and see what Africa's like. Go to some of these other countries.
You compare that to the protests that you see now in America. They don't carry American flags. And if they're carrying American flags, they're carrying it for the sole purpose of burning them.
Burning it.
Right.
That is this generation does not want a better America. They want an end to America. And that's so when you sit there and you think, God, there's no way they're gonna elect this. No, they are.
Yeah.
No, they are. It's going to get so much worse. And again, I don't mean to pick on Alon Omar, but I'm gonna do it. It is what it is. You know, she had to be about 11 years old when the Mogadishu shit went down, right?
yeah.
When she was living in Somalia, watching her elders drag dead U.S. soldiers down a street, dancing over them, celebrating over that. If you do not think that that plays into who she is as an adult now, and she has say over how our government is run, that is a fucking problem.
That's scary.
It absolutely is. And it doesn't make you biased or whatever to say that. That is an enemy behind the lines, 100%. And she's just one of many. You know, it just that's the easy example to play. It's gonna get bad. Like, I'm not as optimistic as most people are. I think it's gonna get a lot worse. I think
And that's the thing. You got term limits for everything else except for them.
You got
Correct.
very good
The
point.
ones who make the rules.
correct.
Mhm.
And they'll somebody else they had posted on I believe it was X. They said it's stupid that you let congressmen vote on their own term limits. You should put it in the hands of the people. Let the people vote on term limits, because the congressmen are never going to vote against themselves. They're never going to do that. Yeah, it's gonna get bad. I think it's gonna get a lot worse. I think Zoolander is 100% gonna win in New York. And when New York falls, I mean, you're talking about, not just any city in the United States. It's whether that's the city in the United States, and this is a guy that has already said the NYPD is racist and and has supported defunding and the NYPD in support of more,
Social workers.
and it's going to get bad. It's going to get really, really bad for our profession. It's sad. Like I had said it in my Mo's moment earlier. I said, we live in a society that, where law enforcement exists, where they don't want the enforcement of law. They really don't. Like
Window dressing.
Yeah.
Window dressing.
Yeah.
Show up, smile, and wave.
We're down to the point where we're scapegoats.
It's not security. It's the appearance of security.
Correct.
Security theater.
Correct.
You could see it every day as you travel through an airport. It's absolute
Yes.
security theater.
Oh, TSA. TSA.
TSA holes. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Stop it.
And I'm saying this just as I'm getting ready to fly this week, and I'll probably get pulled aside for additional.
Yeah, now there you are. You are now on the Tulsi Gabbard list. Congratulations.
For additional screening right now.
They're like,
No,
oh,
I mean,
this guy. Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, I know you.
I mean, I guess at some point it will come back. It's not going to be in our lifetime. I really feel bad for my kids, and more importantly, their kids.
Grandkids.
Yeah,
We're
my
on the
heart
verge
breaks.
we're at the age where your son's got a girlfriend, your daughter, they're at the age where they're potentially going to, kids are getting married later now than they did. But at some point, it's hard for me to imagine myself as a grandparent. I'm barely functioning as a semi-functioning adult.
They have midget grandparents?
They do. Vertically challenged, we call them. Vertically
Oh,
challenged.
yes.
It's good because they see on the same level.
Mhm. Thank you very
Fair,
much.
fair.
Very
I
much.
bring my grandson up. No.
Oh no, we could listen. We could have a
Then
play
again,
date.
my wife is 5 feet tall, so don't worry about it. What am I talking about?
But could you imagine Emerson wearing a badge, doing what you do? Could you imagine her?
Shield, Campy.
shield.
How many times
damn
do
it, I
we
do that
have
every
to
time.
fucking talk
I'm
about this?
sorry about that.
Jay,
bud.
please help me with this. I tell him
Mall
all
cops
the
wear badges.
time.
I forget this. I'm sorry.
Security guards wear badges.
That's
Cops
what it
wear
is.
shields.
Sorry about that.
They wear shields.
I'm gonna get there one of these days. Squirrel, shiny thing goes
See, the
by.
good thing is I wore a star, so.
There you go.
See, now I'm jealous of that. I wish I. Have you heard the song "Back in the Saddle" by Luke Combs?
Yes.
It's the greatest song. Love this song. Love it. When you get a chance, Google it if anyone's listening. Greatest song, and it's about being a guy or a girl who's done. Is like, you know what? I'm coming back. I'm putting this shit back on.
Just so you get a star.
The star. I want the
The
star.
star's the best.
That's what I want.
You're not getting one. Stop
I'm
it.
not getting one. Well, no, I can. No, you can get them out of the 5 and dime. It's not a real one, but it looks pretty good. I found a couple. They're
Cracker
similar.
Jack box.
Yeah, the crack. Yeah, exactly. I've never eaten so much caramel corn in my life, and I'm trying to get a star.
Dawn found this picture for us with Murph. That was when he was running with the torch. Yeah. Murph actually he ran with the torch in Greece.
Yes.
Yeah, that he was one of one.
Yeah,
He was absolutely one of one.
the international games or the USA games are just amazing to go to see these people from all over the place come together. I mean, our games are amazing. We actually have officers and people from other torch run committees and other state committees come to our games.
Come to Jersey.
Come to Jersey to see how we run things.
Yeah.
And they bring back.
Jay's
what
not
we-
lying. Jersey's the best with that.
It
I'll
is.
give,
And when we go to international conferences, the highlight of the international conference is if Jersey doesn't come in number one.
Really?
Oh yeah, they go crazy. Everyone else goes crazy when they hear us coming at like number 2 or number 3
Wow.
because they want to beat us.
They want, yeah.
They want to beat us.
It's a badge of honor.
It is. It is.
Shield of Honor.
They-
Damn it. Damn it.
And the question they always ask us is, we are more of a smaller state, but we do have a higher population. And we do have a lot of people who care. And they come out, they give, they donate, and we do so much between the golf events, the running, the 5Ks, the Liberty 5K. We have on 4th of July.
The plunges.
The plungers.
Yeah, polar plunge.
But the Liberty 5K, how cool is it to run around the statue for a 5K on Independence Day?
Yeah.
The morning of Independence Day, we run a 5K at the Statue of Liberty, or the tunnel run.
Mm.
That's in May. How often do you get to run through the tunnel? And people come out just for those niche things. The turkey trot down in Asbury Park.
Yes.
Everyone dresses up and
Yeah.
has a good time. And then the plunges, forget about it. You know, the seaside plunge is just phenomenal. The amount of people that show up, and it's a 2 or 3 day party, and they're having a good time, dressing in costumes.
Yeah.
Just the amount of people that are there, 8,000 plungers.
We did
20
one right across the water here in Easton. There may or may not be photos of me. Again, Campy, here we go. There may or may not be photos of me in a shark costume. Yeah, going in, and we had some Jersey troopers that went in with us. One of them was in one of those inflatable dinosaur
Oh, yeah.
costumes. Yeah,
I
no,
got-
it's
I got to give a shout out to an old timer. You might know him, Wayne Olson. from
Yes.
jail.
Yeah.
He's the one who really got me going because the dive team would go be the standby for that. And once I saw how many people came to that and the turnout and how everyone loved it, then I went to the USA games that we hosted here in Jersey, and I saw that side of it. I was sold instantly.
So we have more events coming up soon in the next
Yes.
couple of months
Yeah.
for Special Olympics, which
Yeah,
is
a
exciting.
lot more events coming up. Most of them are over winter and into the springtime. The big ones are the summer games,
Mhm.
The actual torch run into the summer games. If you've done the torch run and you haven't come to opening ceremonies, you're doing it wrong. You have to come to opening ceremonies. You have to be there with the athletes.
unknown would tell you the same thing. Yep.
You have to see it. You have to see all those athletes on the field at one time. You have to see how happy they are to be there.
That's in Trenton?
It's at
TCNJ?
TCNJ.
Yeah.
TCNJ. And I got to run one of the torches, the final leg in this year, and that's the first time I got to do it. I'm the standby runner.
Yeah.
So every year I'm ready to go. And Ed, who's our contact with the Special Olympics, he always comes up to me. He goes, I might need you. Comes back a half hour later. Yeah, no, we're good. This year he came up, hey, we need you. And fortunately, I got to run the torch in for one of the final legs this year, and it was absolutely amazing.
No one cares about their community like the American police officer. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Sheriff Clark said it for years, and it is so fucking true.
It is.
When you see, just like he's talking about, when you see all these cops,
And I'll take it another step. Nobody cares more than Jersey. Jersey cops bring it up a level.
It's insane, bro.
It
He's
is absolutely insane. The number of guys who are there for opening ceremonies. We take the picture every year before opening ceremonies, and it's getting to the point where they're almost all the way across the field to fit everybody in. You know,
That's amazing.
Just the number of guys in uniform, the number of retired guys who keep coming back. It is absolutely the best feel-good moment of your life.
Yes. Yep.
That's all right.
Me and Burke went the one year to hand out, like he was saying earlier, to hand out the medals. That's a real feel-good day. That's a real feel-good day.
And if you ever get a chance, there's one portion of it where it's the young athletes. They're no more than knee high.
Yeah.
To interact with those guys, it's just so amazing. And then to see them grow and become higher and more into the summer games.
Because you're seeing them each year. You're seeing them as they progress
every
too.
year, and then seeing them at all these different events and out in different settings. Somerset Patriots do a Special Olympics baseball game, so we got to go to that this year. Saw some of the athletes, saw some of the people from Special Olympics, just to even see them in an outside environment like that.
Patriots are a great organization.
They're awesome.
Of
course, they're Yankees.
Of course, exactly. We got some people there. Obviously you have your own people, but we've done suites there a couple of times. Yeah. They're really they're very pro.
They do it right.
Yes. 100%.
All right, so this year we got to commit to things. I'm gonna do the polar plunge. I've never done it. I did the one in Asbury once, but I'm gonna do the seaside. What do you think?
Not that bad.
It's not, honestly, it's not that bad.
I'm not. Oh, yeah, no.
It's honestly not that bad. I almost drowned over here, but I had a shark costume on. It was, and I wasn't smart. It was like a foam one. So as soon as I went in, it soaked up all the water.
To get you ready, come to my jiu-jitsu gym and see, right? 11
Done.
jiu-jitsu.
No, don't.
11 jiu-jitsu, yes.
Do not get sucked into that. Stop it. You're going to end up getting choked down.
We have the cold plunge. We have a cold plunge there. So you jump in, it's usually about 30, 40 degrees.
Ooh, yeah.
You jump in for 3 minutes. You'll be ready for the polar bear plunge. It's too easy.
Done.
Done. We're 100% committed. I'm in. If you're in, I'm in.
Polar plunge.
I've done it. I've done it. So it's not far.
We're getting a crew. Blue, you're in. You would love to. You don't know it yet, but you're very excited about it. It's going to be a very fun day. You're going to love it. I'm going to pack a cooler. We'll have Fireball. It's going to be delicious. Breakfast of champions.
Right now. Hey,
Tony?
Listen, Tony, you're in.
I'm in.
No, wait. Write that down. 100% in. And let's say right now, hey, listen, we had a great time at the Polar Bear Plunge. That hasn't even happened yet.
We had a great time in the Polar Plunge 2026. Bring it. Big Joe Henry's going to love me. He doesn't know it yet either, but he's going to be excited to call me out. That's going to be
Joe
delicious.
Henry is a huge supporter.
He's a huge cop supporter Special Olympics.
He's awesome. He comes out to the Polar Bear Plunge and announces every year for us. It is a huge undertaking. We do a lot of work beforehand.
Let's see, everybody's jumping in. Who's Karen?
Good. Let's go, Karen.
Yep, we're in.
Let's go.
We're in.
Stacy's in. Here we go.
We're gonna get a team. We're gonna get it done. BBO is gonna make it rain in this club. It's gonna be delicious. All right. Now we have an agenda. I'm doing the police unity tour, which I'm excited for because I only did that once as support. This year I'm riding in it, but now I'm adding that. 2026 is the year of Campy. We're gonna make it delicious.
There you go.
Oh, so it's all about you then.
Well, really?
So fuck the charity. It's just all about you. It's a year of Campy. I get it.
Stuff, but I'm making it a year about us now. It's gonna be fun all the way around. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. All right.
Oh yeah, no. The plunge is awesome.
The plunge is awesome.
It's
And again, I challenge anyone who does that, who is still active law enforcement. It's great that you do that. It's great you raise the money, but now take the next step.
Take the next step.
Come out to an event. Come out and meet the athletes. Come out and hand out medals.
Yeah.
See them compete. See how they overcome the challenges and how appreciative they are of us just giving them a medal.
They love cops in uniform.
That's so nice.
They love it. Like it's like he's saying. Like I can't describe. Yeah. They love it. They love it and so appreciative.
And to be appreciated, that's kind of a nice novel thing.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's
absolutely.
And you know what? To answer your question that you had asked earlier about whether it's getting better or worse, no matter how bad it gets in that world, right? Like in the world that we do, that this never changes.
Yeah.
Those days are
a good
fucking
point.
awesome. Those days are fucking awesome. And that never, no matter how bad society treats us and all that shit and how bad, the job itself gets, those days are amazing.
And
And
that-
they've never gotten less amazing.
That's the thing. Being on the state committee, our day starts way before everyone, and
Oh, I
it ends
bet.
way after everyone. But you never see any of us not ready to go. Polar bear plunge, the games, the snowball, we're there. And again, if you've done an event and you want to do more, come to the
What's the snowball?
So the snowball is a flag football game. It's usually at Giant Stadium, but because of the soccer, football, whatever you want to call
Is
it,
it Giant Stadium or is it Jet Stadium?
it is Giant Stadium.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking.
I will argue with you every day of the week.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
It is not MetLife. It is not. I'm a Giant season ticket holder. Me and my daughter go to most of the games. It's Giant Stadium. So it's usually up at Giant Stadium, but because of the soccer that's coming up, it's going to be at Rutgers this year, and then we're going to go back to Giant Stadium. It's literally from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock at night.
Well, if it's going to be at Rutgers, Russ Yeager, I hope you're paying attention. I know you only have one leg, but get in the fucking game. You actually probably could be an athlete with one leg. I'm just trying to say, I
gotta
take it
say,
back.
Some of these cops.
I'm still scared. I'm still scared of Russ, but even with one leg.
Some of these cops that are playing football take it way too serious.
Really?
I
Yes.
tell them all the time.
Yes.
Listen, the Giants are not up there scouting you. They're not going to call you up to the big league just because you played flag football. Just have fun. I have to remind some of them sometimes that we have your money already. We don't need you here.
We don't need you.
You can leave. But it is a great event. It's another one of the great events. We have golf events for it. We have the flag football, the runs, everything. But the bigger thing is coming to the games, coming to summer games, coming to winter games.
Dawn, do me a favor. Throw the New Jersey Special Olympics website up in the comments.
Oh, excellent idea.
There's usually a schedule up on there.
Thanks, Campy. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I
Mo,
mean, that's
Mo,
that's why I do what I do.
This is why you do. Yeah, there you go.
Jason Bourne.
There's a place for you to go on as a volunteer. My wife has come, my daughter's come, hand out flowers to the athletes. It's just amazing.
That's phenomenal. That's exciting. You know what? It's nice to have something like that on the horizon to look forward to, which is exciting. And we are going to do a show coming up, having Jay back, have Rob, have a couple guys from Special Olympics. Will be super fun. Because I feel like there's a lot more we can even do with that. Like, I feel
And we'll bring Lowry into it. I know
He would
he's
love to.
remote now.
He's remote.
We'll bring him back in remote like we did. Oh,
He's one of the many. When we have our
He's
we'll
miles
have our
away.
state meetings, we have our state meetings. He always sits by the pool.
Right?
on
It's something, right?
Zoom. You know, thanks, Larry. Remind
Yeah.
us as we're in Drury, New Jersey.
Yep.
You're out by your pool.
No. Yeah, no, we had him on the show. He he actually put like some kind of like brick background on it, to try to
Try to
shield us
ease
from
the
all the
pain.
joy
Yeah.
that he was had. There you go. I put it up on a screen and don't put it in the comments. Obviously that's the generic website for it, but I'm sure everything that we're talking about you can find on there.
Yeah, and definitely check out the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, New Jersey Law Enforcement Torch Run, New Jersey Special Olympics, all of them.
outstanding. Anything special you want to plug? Any special events, your business, anything you want to throw in there?
On the business side, again, it's more for the protection side and the professionals, but we do run a class once a year for new drivers or drivers who have had some issues driving, accident avoidance. It's usually the first weekend in August. We just had it. It's wonderful for new drivers. I've had many of my friends go through, friends have sent their wives through, and they've learned so much. One of the biggest things with the business and the driving side of it, we don't just tell you to do something. We give the why. Why is the car acting this way? Why is the car doing this when you're doing that? And by doing the why, it now gives you so many other scenarios. We could put you in a scenario and tell you how to accomplish that scenario, which is what EVOC is for the academy, where what we teach is the why something happens. So now you could apply that why across the board to all different.
Is that the Vehicle Dynamics?
Vehicle Dynamics Institute.
Perfect.
The
I'll put it
accident
back up there.
avoidance class is usually right on the list. It's great for new drivers. It's great for any tentative drivers, anyone who's lost confidence in driving, because like many physical activities, driving is all about confidence.
Yes.
If you raise your confidence level in something, you're going to do it much, much better. I always ask my students when I teach a class, I want you to do 3 things. 1, have fun, because you learn more when you're having fun. And at our class, one of 3 things are going to happen. We're going to laugh with you, at you, or because of you. I prefer to laugh with you. Some of my instructors don't care if they laugh at you.
I prefer at you.
Yes.
Just saying, hypothetically.
The next thing I always say is raise your confidence level, because if you're more confident in something, you're going to do better. And then the last thing is take every opportunity to raise your skill, because if you're not raising your skill in training, you're not going to do it in the real world. You have to push it in training.
100% accurate.
And that goes across the board with law enforcement training, the security training, or just normal people doing any kind of training.
And you said the course is offered once a year
once a year for the basic like civilian style.
And is that where's that
we run all of our driving classes up at Pocono Raceway, the Tricky Triangle.
Perfect.
So anyone who is into NASCAR, they get a chance to run the road course of the Tricky Triangle, and they get to be on the inside where not a lot of people get to go to.
That's amazing.
So it's pretty amazing. Every once in a while, we get to get out on the big track, and a lot of people love that part of it. So it's a lot of fun. And come visit the website, visit the Instagram and the Facebook page, see what we're doing, have some fun with it. If you're in that profession, definitely look at us. We are one of the more well-known trainings around the world for protective evasive driving, but we do more than that.
It's awesome.
Fighting and the shooting in the cars. And with the fighting side,
Right.
as much Moda doesn't like the jits, you got to get into it, especially these young kids, the ones who've never been in a fight before.
Yes.
New Jersey Leo Jiu-Jitsu is a great Facebook page. They run a lot of open classes. They have open mat coming up on the 17th. I believe it's at in Point Pleasant. Definitely get on there, check that out.
What was the name of that one again?
New Jersey NJLEO. It's either JJ or BJJ on Instagram.
NJLEO BJJ. That sounds familiar.
NJLEO Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
Jiu-jitsu,
Yes.
Campy, not blowjob.
Brazilian
Jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian
BJ.
Jiu-Jitsu. I know a
Jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian.
You don't know. We're Brazilian. Stop it.
I was a DT instructor for years. I always messed around with it.
Jiu-jitsu is very humbling.
It is.
It's very humbling. I did it for a couple of months, and after I got my ass beat by somebody that was about 50 pounds, 50 pounds lighter than me, that was just tossing me around. It's very humbling.
Very humbling.
Yeah.
Well, it's good because it reminds you that you always think you're the badass. You always think you're the guy. It's nice to be reminded that you're not the best of the best, and you need to be put down every now and again.
You know what it teaches more than anything else that I took away from it. It's calm in the storm.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what it teaches. Like you're absorbing whatever it is that's going on, but still you're like, all right, this is what I have to do next.
Yeah.
And it's calm.
Yeah.
It's problem solving.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
problem
Yes.
solving.
P.S. I never problem solved. I was the one that was getting solved, and I was getting fucking pissed off.
So you're saying you were the problem?
Yes, I was the problem that was getting corrected, and I couldn't. And I used to get so pissed off because goddamn, every time I used to go to the spot. What the fuck was it? Princeton Martial Arts Academy on Favor. Right, that's where I used to go, and I was just getting tossed. And I got so frustrated. I wish I stayed with it.
There's so many good schools out there, and if you're not training, the bad guys are training.
Yes.
They are training. Every day you don't train, somebody else is training. So you have to train. I don't care if it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, some of the guys like some of the other martial arts, do something. Do something. I tell people all the time, if you have to choose between joining a martial arts gym and a weightlifting gym, choose the martial arts gym. If you only have enough money for one, choose that, because you could do push-ups, you could do sit-ups, you could work out at the office if you have a gym there. You could go out and lift rocks. You can't get that martial arts training at home. You
Muscle
can't
memory.
do it online. Any of the arts are good. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is probably the one that relates the most. It's not the end-all be-all, but it is teaching you a lot more than just the holds. Like Mo said, it's teaching you problem solving, that calm in the storm. And I've been steady with it now for the last 2 years, I guess, at 11 in Seabright. It's great because we're right across the street from the beach. So sunrises, 6 a.m. class, we get sunrises coming in. It's gorgeous. But any of the schools.
Which of the Gracies is the one that has the school in Hamilton? Is that Renzo?
I'm not sure which one it is, but
I stopped him.
Yeah.
I stopped him. Well, no, hypothetically, somebody stopped him for blowing a red light, and he let me off with a warning. I saw him. I was like, I don't want any fucking problems. Have a good day. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, but again, Hoist Gracie, that was, for our generation, that was one of the first guys that you saw. Like we're talking about the calm in the storm, and he getting his ass beat, like just bloodied up, and he was just calm. And next thing you know, like he's, almost upside down, twisted like a pretzel or whatever, and somehow his opponent's tapping out. How the fuck did that happen? Because he was just calm in the storm. He was taking it. He's like, all right, this is what I have to do. I'm gonna put my fucking foot here, and boom, done. Like that is so, you can't put a value on that for our profession.
Take advantage of any of the open mats that any of the schools have. A lot of them are doing partnerships with law enforcement, and it needs to get better. It needs to get better. Some of these chiefs need to realize some of them are putting mats right in headquarters. You gotta foster that training environment so that the guys stay ready. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
Yeah, that was a big thing, and rest in peace, Bernie Carrick. Bernie Carrick was a big proponent of that, getting his cops trained, hand-to-hand combat like that. What do you got to plug, bro?
No, I'm good. He's good.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing at all?
No, save it.
Patriots of the Leaf?
Patriots of the Leaf.
Patriotsoftheleaf.org. Check it out.
That's it?
That's it. I'm good.
We got some fun stuff coming up.
We got fun stuff coming up. We'll talk about on the show, but
I still gotta get my shirt too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we talked to Dom about that at the last event we did.
Yes.
Actually, our next meeting.
Yeah, he has all the shirts, and we needed a reorder.
Okay.
We were out of everything, patches, pins, so we had to do a reorder. So
very exciting. Blue, what you got?
No, I'm
Nothing to plug. You sure?
No, I'm sure.
Thank you for everything today. It was so much fun having you sitting over here. This is the first time I've had Blue sitting over here. This is kind of fun, and it's an interesting dynamic.
I sat on the show one time because we got into all sorts of interesting talk.
Oh,
when,
yes.
When Burke was with me.
I forgot. Yes.
Yeah. That was a fun show.
We love having you in there, but it's nice having you out here too. It's exciting. Mo, you did amazing in there today as always, so that was great. Only downside, I don't think we've done a single la 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 la.
What are you talking about? Oh, we're doing them on the other show. That's right. We hit a bunch. All right, just one for the finances. Let's just.
I think we just even our balance.
$750.
Yeah.
Now, Campy, I want you to go slow.
Okay.
Do you have any plugs? By any chance, do you have any plugs?
you